Action back. YouTube is back online.
Twitch is back online.
All right. I'm going to attempt to screen share on stream. Like, yeah, we've done parallel play before. That shouldn't have been that should not have been enough to crash.
Good point. Were you streaming to both YouTube and Twitch then?
I mean, I am. Yeah, we did that for the parallel play too. I thought. Wait, no, not for parallel play, but it's important to know.
You are mildly quiet on stream, just FYI.
Mildly
on Twitch, at least.
Mildly quiet on stream. You said, wait, that doesn't make sense. Maybe because I was looking away from the microphone. That was probably it.
That's better.
Yeah. It's literally just because I was turning away from my microphone.
I know the pain.
Yep. Okay, so I'm just gonna fix something real quick. See. There we go. Now I've got YouTube chat back on my OBS. OBS is still holding. Frames are good. We have a Fron. I need to move the Fron. Oh, it's just boosh.
Yeah.
Kick it. What the fuck?
I'm there twice.
You are there twice.
Oh, I probably have my own, and then I'm in the group one as well.
Kinda, yeah. It was my own sins. It was an easy. Okay, we are okay. That's a spicy way to start a stream. All right, we're good. It's okay. We're Gucci. Hey there, heroes. My name is Hero Girl. It's been a while since we've had a cursed start to a stream. Nice and scuffed, but that's okay.
Everybody loves Scuff.
Everybody loves Scuff. And I've got a Francois with me.
Hi.
I'm just playing more Nova Drift today. Today was supposed to be like a second Nova Drift day. Then I would do it like one more time next week for Wildcard Wednesday. But with FF14 getting fucking DDoSed on Monday, that means that today is a third Nova stream. And
oh man, and you brought me on for talk. I want to know about that. I haven't heard about that yet.
Wait, what? What?
I haven't heard about 14 getting DDoSed on Monday.
Yeah, it did. Like, I was watching Twitch, and all of the other FF14 streamers had the exact same issue I was.
Ooh.
Getting fucking server overload. It was horrible. And right before maintenance day, too.
Everybody trying to get in to get their last little stuff before maintenance day, that's all. So,
I played a bunch of Nova Drift like last night and also the night before that. Like, that's basically what I did. I played a lot of Nova Drift these past couple days, and I can feel it.
I noticed. This
is a game where you can get in a ton of runs without even thinking about it, and that's actually really bad for ADHD. It's good for ADHD because it's very ADHD friendly. It's bad for ADHD because, you know, you don't want to eat the 50-pound bag of gummies in one sitting.
No. My solution to that is not have the 50-pound bag of gummies.
Same. Which is why I'm going to be switching game. You know, it's why I'm going to be moving on and trying other games next Wednesday. But
you could try out The Void Rains Upon Her Heart.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. That was exactly what I was planning on doing, yeah.
Just go from one shmup to another.
That's the idea, yeah! But, yeah. I brought Fron on because this is the easier game for me to like, do some yapping with. I love that term, yapping. I don't know who started it. I don't know, like, who brought it back, but I am so grateful that we have this term now that's just, like, it's got character. Chatting is fine. Chatting is fairly neutral. Chatting is casual, but yapping's the good stuff.
Yeah.
But also, my wife and I just got to the Cosmic States reveal of fours, so now felt like a good
Oh,
time
it's so
to bring Fron
good.
on to just like talk about fours and stuff while I'm playing.
Oh, it's so good.
Yep.
I hate the sword, and the suit looks dumb, but oh my god, that scene is so good.
You hate the sword, but it's a satellite. It's Hayabusa.
It's a rocket.
Yeah, it's a rocket.
It's silly to me that it opens to be the sword. In my mind, it'd be better if it was just the rocket and that was the sword, and it was just a big round stick that he whacks people with.
You're not wrong. Like that kind of has what Mega Voyager energy, right? From Power Rangers in Space.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's kind of exactly what I thought it was going to be too. I was like, oh my god, it's going to have like a rocket in it and launch, and I was partly correct.
Yeah. But that's Cosmic States is actually one of my favorite like official like super form reveals. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I like better. Honestly, all of the force form reveals are great.
They are.
Like I don't remember Fire States or Elect States, but I just remember both of them being hype. And then Magnet States was super cool.
Yeah, Fire States was very specifically that was with the goth girl.
Yes.
She was like, "Oh, this one is dangerous," and it turns out it's because it's perfect for fighting the Fire Witch.
So, oh come on, find it. I was gonna say I have fun trivia that I need to look up to make sure that I get it correct. But did you know that all of his weapons have names and they're all movie actor puns?
Excuse me?
Yeah.
I'm not surprised, but like I need more context and explanation.
So Elect States has Billy the Rod, which, give me a second. I gotta look these up because I never, oh, that was back button. I always have to look these up because I never remember exactly what they all are. Where is it? Stage trivia. Yeah, okay, so Billy the Rod is Billy the Kid. It's one of the other ones that's an actor name. So yeah, Billy the Rod is literally named after Billy the Kid. The he hack gun, which is the flamethrower / fire extinguisher for Fire States, is it's a double entendre, which Japanese is really good at those, of fire and heat, he and hito, and what is the other one? Oh, this one's a reference to. Why can I not find this? Because all of these have fun like naming conventions to them.
I'm not surprised they're named after actors, given how Westaboo Fours is.
Fours is very Westaboo.
I love it so much, though.
It's probably why I like. It's probably part of why I latched onto Fours as much as I did.
There's just like, I am a big fan of like merchandise patriotism. I don't know what it is, but like it's that weird thing of like oh god, how do I put this without getting canceled? I take my national origin as a point of pride, and I like things that celebrate that, even though I am not proud of what my country has done as of late. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I get that.
There's been a lot of disillusionment this past decade.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. So the Barizun sword. Okay, I guess they are. I guess they're all puns, but they aren't all names. I know the he hack gun is. I think it's Hugh Jackman or something like that. And then Cosmic State Sword is Bari, which is the sound of booming thunder, and Zun, which is the sound of a thrusting sword.
Huh. That's pretty good.
Oh, such a weird fact. If you put the Fire State switch into the Barzun sword, it acts like it's like the Hibiki Legend Rider switch.
Wait, say that again?
If you put the Fire State switch into the Barzun sword, it makes the sounds as if you put in the Hibiki Legend Rider Astro switch.
Aw.
It fits. And then there should be an entry here for the one for Magnet States too, but like there just isn't.
I like Cosmic States, but I can't remember where I saw it for like the first time. Because I definitely saw it in one of the crossover movies, I think.
Yeah, it's been. Give me a second. I'll figure out what it's been in. Of course it. 40th Astro. Fine. 40th Astro Switch. Come on, Kamen Rider Ricky. Why are you so weird? No, I want the page on on Cosmic States. This wiki is so weird. Apparently it's just not gonna. That's so weird. It doesn't give me it doesn't have a page for it.
I'll say this. I'm a little disappointed that once Magnet States showed up, the other states just kind of disappeared.
Yeah, it kind of happens with everything. Honestly, so not to spoil anything necessarily with Gotchard, but Gotchard kind of has the opposite problem where they have so many forms, and then every time they keep bringing back old forms when they have stronger forms for no good reason. And it's just one of those, like, if you have a stronger form and it doesn't have a negative impact on you, why would you not just default to that form?
Yeah. I guess Magnus is supposedly, like, just raw power. Because, like, it's got the cell phone. And we want kids to buy the cell phone.
Yeah. And on top of that, the fact that it's basically the power of two Astro Switches. Like, it's on the wiki, which means probably in some material somewhere, it's categorized as a super form, whereas Elec and Fire are standard forms.
Yeah.
Like,
so, like, in that sense, it makes sense, but, like, the other ones are cool still.
Oh, that is a form that for. Oh, it's from the novel. Oh, that's amazing. So you've seen Rocket States, right?
Isn't that the one from the movie?
Yeah, because I was gonna say Rocket States shows up in the movie with both arms being rocket.
Yeah, Slime Girlfriend.
So there's apparently one of that, except every slot is filled with Launcher, the one that fires missiles.
Okay.
From a novel that I haven't heard of, and it looks sick.
I'm not surprised that there's novelizations of Kamen Riders, but like.
Oh, I mean, there's a couple. It's just it's a very, very big gamble reading some of them if you're gonna have a good time or not.
Yeah.
But we have that conversation enough on the Discord, and I'm definitely not going into that on Twitch and or YouTube.
Nope. I would.
No, thank you.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm so frustrated that they didn't try and adapt Forze into an American Kamen Rider. It is literally designed perfectly for it.
It feels like that would be almost too easy, and like, well, hold on. I feel like a big part of the appeal of Forze is that it's a Westaboo in an Eastern culture, right? Whereas if you were to literally try and adapt it, it would just be what? Mighty Morphin 2.0 with how good All-American it is.
I mean, but that's why Americans, people in North America liked Mighty Morphin. It was relatable.
No, we liked Mighty Morphin because, like, because it was cool and they had robots.
I mean, yes, also that, but like the characters were relatable. Like in my mind, one of the things that has made Power Rangers drop off, in addition to them not trying, is that you don't have shows about teenagers or you know, high schoolers in real situations that are relatable to kids. You have stories about young adults that are completely unrelatable to average everyday life. And I say that knowing full well that everything that the Angel Grove kids did was like, those kids did not sleep with how many like fundraisers and sports teams and everything that they did. But like those were all realistic things that kids could do and were super relatable. And as much as I love other Power Rangers, you know, it wasn't, oh, this Master Thief was hired to be part of this adventure team, or you know, oh, this family of samurai that have been around for hundreds of years are here to save the day and whatever. Or like even with Ninja Storm, it was like these are regular people, just like they're going off to a ninja school that is a established thing in the world that feels relatable and like could be a real thing.
Okay, so like I feel like you're half right, because I've heard something similar in terms of like how relatable a lot of kids that grew up on Mighty Morphin talk about how relatable it was to see characters just like them, but it was really more in like the demographics and stuff they covered. Like Power Rangers was doing the Star Trek thing where it's like, okay, we want to represent as many different groups as possible.
Yes, that was another incredibly positive thing, even if everything we've heard after the fact about the production of Mighty Morphin. Mighty Morphin did very well. Even if it was accidentally racist. I don't know how much I believe it, but I still always loved that they're like, yeah, it was like episode 5 when we realized that we cast our black actor as Black Ranger and our Chinese actress as the Yellow Ranger, and we were like, oh no.
Oh, I feel like I heard that brought up at some point too. Like they were aware of the problem, but they had like specific reasons for why they did it.
The most that I've heard is they straight up just didn't realize until like somewhere between like episode 3 and episode 5, and they were just like, we can't change that now. Oh well. Like maybe it was on purpose by somebody, but at least all of the conversation around it has been whoops.
Yeah, my impression was that it was on purpose, but not with like malcontent, as in like they had a reasoning for why they wanted to put the girls into pink and yellow.
Yeah, like that's all how I've always taken it, because honestly, those aren't the things that you hear about that were problems with early Power Rangers. And that was more a thing of the times, but still sucks. So, God, I'm really sad that we may just like never get another Power Rangers ever again.
God, I kind of am, but at the same time, it's like, okay, maybe the property is just to the point now where we need to just let it sleep.
Yeah, because at this point, anybody that cares enough is going to just be able to have their kids experience the Sentai or Kamen Rider instead, the actual tokusatsu stuff.
Yep, or even just rewatching the older seasons.
Yeah.
Like, thanks Shout for just preserving everything and making them easy collectibles.
Yeah, and then anybody that wants to actually get into collectibles, it's become significantly easier.
Yeah.
I say as I look over at my Primitive Dragon and Elemental Dragon ride books from a series that I have not watched and do not own the belt for.
like Power Rangers just... A part of me would be very happy if it continued, but it's just... I just don't think anyone who's currently working with the property knows what to do with it or how to handle it correctly.
And yeah, exactly. And I would rather the property go dormant than for people that don't care about it to be doing stuff with it.
Yeah, especially when people with the all people with the property ever do is just reboot the original anyway.
Yeah. Also, it's good when you have people that that are passionate about it, but also don't understand what made what they're adapting good. I don't know if you've watched Dino Charge and Sentai, which was I don't remember off the top of my head. I never remember.
The Dino Charge episode Lost in Translation. Or no, not Dino Charge. Ninja Steel.
Kyoryuger.
Oh, the JP version of Kyoryuger. Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
I did not see the adaptation of Q Ranger because that was the one where they were in space and there was like 10 of them, right?
No. Well, that one sort of got adaptation, I guess. Like the second half of the other Dino key-based Sentai one that they did was I guess supposed to be that. Kiri would be the one to ask about that.
They did like Dino Steel or something, right?
I'm talking about the one. Yeah, I'm talking about the one with the batteries.
Oh, that's Dino Charge, yeah.
Yeah, Dino Charge and Kyoryuger, which is the one it was adapted from. Kyoryuger is very good, like very good. It's more like Rider than Sentai because King, the Red Ranger, is like very much the focus of the series, but like that's not necessarily a here or there thing. It's they miss certain things in the adaptation by doing other things that I don't think were hit as well. Great. The example that I always bring up because it's the one that I always just sort of like soured my appreciation of the show. In Kyoryuger, the Blue Ranger is like an older guy in his like 30s, like mid 30s.
Oh yeah. I've seen Kyoryu. I get what you're saying now. Kyoryuger. Yep. I've seen it.
Where I really like the fact that the Blue Ranger has like I think it's either his sister or his sister-in-law. I think it's his sister-in-law, where his brother who had married her passed away, and they have the kid, and he has a lot of good bonding stuff with the kid. And it's like that's a just really well written, interesting, good character. And they replaced him with the caveman in the Power Rangers adaptation, which is fitting of the series because, you know, caveman, dinosaurs, stuff. But I don't feel like you get that. You replaced an incredibly well-written character with a character thing for the setting, but not necessarily as impactful of a character.
I see what you're saying. I really liked the old man. He had great puns. He had fantastic puns, and I hear that he got together with with Candelabra, or whichever one was like the pink Dorothy representation from the villains.
Like the actress?
No, not the actress. Like in universe, his character gets with the pink heart monster. That was a villain.
I don't think one of the Rangers does that. Maybe they do? I don't know. It's been a while since I've watched Dino Charge at all.
No, not in Dino Charge. Kyoryuger.
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember the ending of Kyoryuger very well.
I remember very specifically because Sono will post that sometimes.
That's actually super cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah, like they're together and they're pretty great. And also, oh god. Caveman Guy I like. I don't have an issue with them changing out the old man for that.
Like, Caveman Guy was a good character. I just think that the Sentai version was a better character, if that makes sense.
I see where you're coming from with that. I don't know that I necessarily agree, but I see where you're coming from with that.
Fair enough. That's all I ask.
Yeah. Now,
I find most people don't usually agree with this opinion, which is shocking to me, but Yeah, when enough people say it.
Yeah. There was something I was gonna tie that into. I can't remember what now.
Sentai actors, Power Rangers actors.
Something. If I remember at some point, I will. Mostly what I remember of Kyoryuger is, yeah, it's a show that's based around King, and King is the idiot Red, that trope that I hate so much. Like, I actively despise Red Rangers like him.
I mean, he was an idiot, but everything always worked out for him.
Yeah, and that's why I hated it so much. I hated it.
Well,
so much.
Here's the question then. Red Ranger from the one with the Animarium. The lion. Gao Ranger was the Gao Ranger adaptation. Wild Force.
Yeah, Wild Force. Cole.
Do you like Cole? Because Cole is literally Proto King.
So I like Cole. But Cole also wasn't like, you know, an idiot all the time. He had a little bit of that fish out of water stuff that kind of made it. That also would have been bad, but he grew out of that and he got used to just, you know, normal. Like he adjusted. He adjusted and he grew into someone who could interact with a modern society as opposed to just like being Jungle Man all the time.
You know what? Actually, that might be a bad comparison too, considering Cole isn't nearly as hot-blooded as King. He's significantly less prone to like jump into something stupid.
You know what? You know Reds I did really like though. Zyuohger's Red, Zyuoh Eagle. I loved him. I loved him so much.
Was that the Cube one?
That was the Cube one.
I haven't watched any of that. I couldn't stand the mech design.
Wait, you could stand the mech design is what turned you off on that.
Yeah, the mech design is what turned me off on that. I very much I'm very much an aesthetic person when it comes to Toku. Like everyone, I really enjoy characters, but the best way to get me hooked on a Toku is to have really good design. And that's why there's been a couple of Sentai that I just haven't particularly enjoyed, even though haven't started because even though I know they should be good. ToQger is a great example of that, and I feel embarrassed admitting that in public.
No, but ToQger is so sweet.
I know, but I cannot stand their dumb robot.
I love the ToQger mech because it's one of the clusterfuck mechs where everything is just where everything goes together, and so if you want to display just all of them at once, you can by doing this one simple trick. But also, trains are my they are my childhood special interest easily. So this was heckin' catnip for me.
Yeah, no, trust me, I get that. And it's weird because I should watch it. It's more just finding the time at this point.
Yeah.
But there's so many Sentai or riders that I just missed for a while because no designs were grabbing me, and I'm just having to go back and watch stuff now.
Yeah, and like that's completely fair. ToQger is also like the first tokusatsu my wife and I watched all the way through together. And I did this very specifically because, you know, Wright's kind of an idiot sometimes, but he's not like that throughout the entirety of the series. He's also one of those Reds that manages to grow past that trope.
Well, you also have a really good reason why they're all like that.
Yeah, exactly. And that's part of what makes me appreciate that trope better in that scenario. As opposed to Lucky, when Q Ranger came out afterwards.
What I really need to do right now is I need to go watch King Ohger now that it's all done.
Oh god, I want to watch it. I want to watch it. I just keep forgetting.
I was keeping up with the clips, so I basically know a bunch of what's going on, but I haven't actually like experienced the majority of it. Mostly because I've been trying to focus on catching up on Ryder, mostly because, oh my god, I don't. Geats was the only bad Reiwa rider so far from everything I've seen and everything I've been told, and I really enjoyed Geats. Granted, Gotchard's doing Gotchard things, which is interesting and concerning. We're unsure if the latter portion of his show is going to be devoured by the other two like special riders stuff things that have been introduced, because it's now crossed over with both Kamen Rider Outsiders and Kamen Rider Legend. Though at least with Legend, that was super intentional from the start, because he uses the chemis as well. He just uses all the other Legend chemis.
I'm afraid that if I start watching Kinoger, I'm gonna really, really, really want the mechs, because insect robots that combine are also things that I really, really like and have really liked since I was a kid. But the problem is, as soon as the season's over, the mechs get expensive.
Talk to Lila.
Talk to Lila about finding deals on mechs.
Yeah, she might have some ideas.
Maybe.
And honestly, sometimes they're not necessarily as expensive as you think they are if you give it a year or two. It's usually like the year immediately afterwards, or like the 18 to 24 months immediately afterwards, they're a bit expensive. But after that, it starts becoming like people are trying to get rid of them because they want the new hotness. You know, the people with no self-control.
Yeah.
Like this is not a great comparison because of how old it is, but I've literally bought multiple lots of Kamen Rider O's stuff. And when I say like lots, I mean I think I've spent maybe $400, and I've gotten both belts, the majority of the weapon toys, and a full set of every single medals, even if they're not the versions that I want.
Okay, but okay, but that's like trying to get all the medals or all the accessory for a modern belt. That feels fine because you're hunting things down over a long period of time, you know?
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I mean, this is quite old, but those are all reasonably priced. And I mean, I don't look at Sentai stuff, I look at Rider stuff significantly more, but even right now, like, you can find Rider belts for, you know, $70. Granted, it's like just the base thing with whatever base stuff it came with, but like that's a lot better than it used to be a couple of years ago, where you'd be paying, you know, 150 plus just for the base belt set. Like I got my this was a deal, but even with that, not thinking about the deal, like I got my Geats belt with the Magnum Boost or the base kit that came with Magnum Boost and the hammer buckle for like $50. And that was like a well advertised deal that well, which one was it? I think it was Toe Collectibles was doing. Oh no, that one was actually off Bluefin. That one was P Bandai.
Huh.
So like this stuff is acquirable and not ridiculously priced. That's why I'm saying, like, if you want mechs, you might be able to find them for more reasonable prices than you might think.
Aha! But I was holding a secret other limiter. We don't have any room for anything. That's honestly that's the biggest issue. TBH is not even just money. Like, if it was just money, then I would be able to put it on every Christmas and birthday wish list I ever make. No. The second biggest issue is there's no room to put stuff. I have my oh god, I got the Kyoryuger Zord. I got the Kyoryuger Zords. Mine's like Spinoff got Brachiosaur and Pterodact, the Pterodon.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all sitting in a box together. My poor Rexy, his leg broke in transit. And
Oh no.
And they don't have a nice shelf or anything. Even my Tokyo, my Tokyo Grand O, with the build O and everything. They're all just in that box. I pull them out sometimes if I want to like stim or mess around, or I'm like, I just want to play with my toys. But for the most part, they live in the box.
If it makes you feel any better, it's about the same for me. But that's mostly just because I need to buy like a actual bigger bookshelf than I have. Granted, if I buy a bigger bookshelf, it's probably going to start having to diminish these stacks of manga I have sitting around my living space.
Yeah, that's what all of our bookshelf space is dedicated to books, manga, video games. We have exactly one display cabinet, and we agreed to put only our absolute favorite figures in there, which for me and my husband filled up immediately. My wife, she got to have a period where she actually got to go pick out some figures and stuff.
And this is why I don't do figures, because as much as one, I actually don't think that they're that cool. I don't get the appeal as much, but they take up so much space.
Acrylics are nice. Acrylics don't take up that much space.
Okay, I've started buying those, and it's taken a lot of willpower to do it, and it's mostly just because I found really, really cute Genshin Impact ones, and I finally broke.
Hey, Fran, would you buy a Hero Girl acrylic?
I mean, I would do a lot of things to support you, so yes. You are my friend, and I care about you greatly and deeply.
Quick question, I would gift you one.
Well, too bad. I'd give you money anyway. I mean, to me that one's a silly question, because I would do that for you, I would do that for Jess, I would do that for Lila, I would do that for Ryan, I would do that for a couple of the other streamers that I'm friends with, just because I like supporting my friends.
Well, I want to just get to the first thing I need to do is like settle on my design. Once I settle on a redesign, I can actually take a look at what it takes to get some of these cool merchandising stuffs. And then once I have that set up, I want to be able to like, I want to build a coalition of us and our friends to just like make this cool stuff.
Yeah. I will look into it. There's a couple of people that I watched that have put out stuff recently, so I might be able to find out some good info from that.
That'd be great.
Because the YouTuber who's also a streamer that does the Blue Archive lore that I've been watching just recently put out merch. And they were using a website that I hadn't heard of before, so I was kind of interested in that. Also, I was probably going to buy something of theirs because they have really cute Omamori. Is the Hero Girl focused?
The Hero Girl had a little bit of focus because that's a boss that like has you touch it. But no, you said that you're the person who does the Grand Blue videos knows a little something that can help us out. Maybe,
they might.
possibly.
Well, I don't know if they'd help. I don't know. YouTube doesn't have a direct message thing, which just sucks. But the website that they're using looks like it's geared towards streamers.
I feel like it used to. Like, wasn't that a thing like way back in the day? Like YouTube friends and YouTube messaging.
Okay, so it's not just me, because I did the same thing. Because there's a person that I've shared in the Discord a couple of times that's been doing very, very good in-depth FGO servant lore videos. And I've been trying to hype them up because they are very good. And literally the only way that I could figure out to message them to be like, hey, do you need help getting footage? Because I have most servants, was literally just a comment on their video. And it was super awkward.
See, this is why people need to put their contact information and socials into their profiles. Now, I need to actually like remember to put my email into my Twitter, so that way people can actually like email me, since apparently Twitter DMs are like not a thing that are actually accessible.
Yeah, well, no, they're a thing that's too accessible. You don't want to have your Twitter DMs open.
Nah.
I've been keeping very much up to date with the Twitter screwery, and yeah, that was the thing for a while. Was anyone could DM you, so you just get literally the most insane people on the face of the planet just sending you unsolicited anything, and it's a big nope from me, fam.
I got my first like unsolicited graphic design is my passion, and I had to shut that one down pretty hard.
Oh, I don't mean unsolicited like trying to make a sale. I mean unsolicited like hate.
Oh yeah, that's true. I'm not like public. I'm not well known enough to get that yet.
I would hope, but I still would never wish that to happen to anyone I know.
What were we talking about like right before that? Getting acrylic stands? Yeah, we were talking about getting acrylic stands.
Yeah, I've been doing that. I bought a couple of Genshin ones, but I also just like Genshin stuff.
Yeah.
Which is its own unique situation.
You were definitely the I think just the person I know the best who's into it.
Game's good. That's all I can say. Game's fun to play. And I like me a gacha.
Never again. Never again.
I won't say it's perfect, because it definitely is not. It has a lot of problems, but it is the big gacha that was like, hey, we're going to not make our pull rates obnoxious, and everyone else should follow suit, because look how popular we are.
Everyone liked that.
Yep, everybody liked that. But it's been 4 years, and it's already starting to waver. People get huffy when they don't get the things they want still.
Yeah.
And they don't want to put money into the game, which is completely valid. Don't misunderstand me. And now the big thing that everybody's hyped on is this new like Wuthering Waves thing. Which does remind me, I need to go message Kyria that the pre-reg for that is up. Because I've been seeing ads about it.
That's a new gacha game?
It's just Genshin 2.0 by a different company.
Ah.
That's literally how it's been marketing itself, is we are Genshin, but better.
You know, I've seen that as a trend that some games are doing, and I don't care for that. Where they're being like, oh,
I don't either.
We're this genre, but we don't have the things that you hate.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. It's why I've never really liked the Breath of the Waifu comparisons for Genshin. Because if it gives bad expectations to people coming into the thing, especially if you're someone that actually wants to get people into something. Trying to get them in with that just either gives them false expectations or overhypes them for how something is. Because Genshin is like Breath of the Wild in the idea that you have a big open world that you explore and open chests and fight enemies in, but it's not anything else like Breath of the Wild. And I feel like people would be very annoyed if they tried to play it and thought that it was, and then it isn't.
First of all, for real. Second of all, like, I don't. How would you even quantify something that's being Breath of the Wild like at this point?
Because
World gaming has really taken off. You know, it's like if you tried to be like, I don't know, Horizon Zero waifu, I guess. Oh, is there even going to be a way for me to escape that? I don't know.
I mean, to me, what makes Breath of the Wild stand out is the first thing that really made it stand out was the fact that you could just climb on anything.
Oh yeah, I've heard people refer to things like the Breath of the Wild jump when they're on the going cliffside.
Yeah, it's stuff like that that made Breath of the Wild stand out for me. And you've seen a lot of things copying it. And I don't actually think that's an issue, because I think that is something that games want to do more of. I think you really want to have, if you want to have a single player experience, you either want to have like a much more focused linear experience, like a DMC or a walking simulator, where you're just in a hallway and you're just dealing, like, you focus more on the gameplay or the combat than you do anything else, or you have the big interesting big open world exploration heavy games where, like Genshin or Breath of the Wild, where the onus is much more on you sort of making your own adventure in an interesting sandbox playfield.
Oh, like Fallout 4?
Yeah, Fallout 4 is another good example. I think Fallout 4 has a lot of issues, and I don't like it compared to New Vegas or even Fallout 3, but it's still a good game. It's just, I don't like it as much. But that also maybe because I've never really gotten that far, and it keeps crashing on me or other things. Thanks, Bethesda.
Thanks, Bethesda. Okay. I keep hearing mixed reviews on like Fallout 4. The whole thing about like, well, according to the Hbomber Guy review, which is my entire frame of reference for like whether the thing is good or not. Okay,
if it had to be one thing, it's not the worst.
Yep. According to the Hbomber Guy review, one of the things that the devs did was flatten all of the enemy levels and stuff, so the player could basically go wherever they wanted. The downside being that the enemies don't really feel like a challenge per se, but you do have the freedom to just kind of go and do whatever you want. That is what I heard.
Bethesda has been doing that since Skyrim, and it is both a blessing and a curse. Because it is sort of nice to be able to pace your own progression, but the thing that you can run into with that, and actually I guess technically I've been doing this since Oblivion too, because I've sort of been running into this issue with Oblivion, with the challenge run, is that you very easily, if you're progressing in level, you very easily can screw yourself with progression like that as well. Because you could be a high level, but you might not be very good at combat or anything like that anymore. So now you're going to suffer in a majority of the encounters in the game because everything is scaled to your level. But I don't know. There is a benefit and a drawback to both, because you also have your situations like New Vegas or Morrowind, where if you do not follow if you are a new player, you're very likely going to walk into a significantly higher leveled area than you are ready for and just get absolutely trashed. Which is a learning experience, and that's what older games were big on, so I also don't really hate that either.
I don't get that sounds. So once again, refer back to the Hbomber Guy video as my only frame of reference. He brings up that exact point in how near the starting area there's like these giant insects that'll just fucking murder you if you go in the wrong direction that the devs did not intend. But
I don't know if it's because of Hbomber Guy, but yeah, everybody that talks about New Vegas ends up bringing that up.
I feel like if you haven't played it, then that's the thing that sticks out to your mind as like one of the more appealing things. Because when I was playing Pokemon Scarlet for the first time, Eleonora, hey, thank you so much for stopping by. When I was playing Scarlet for the first time, I didn't want to do like the gym challenges or the star raids or whatever. I actually got a lot of enjoyment out of sneaking around and navigating around these really high level Pokemon and trying to just like build the team I wanted before I fought anything.
Same. Absolutely same. I did the same exact thing.
Yeah, I got everything I wanted. They were all super high leveled because of, catching the Pokemon also gives you levels and stuff. So by the time I was actually taking on these gym challenges, I was crushing level 20, second gym leader with level 50, level 60 fully evolved Mons, and that was very gratifying. And
depending on your viewpoint on it, that's they've had that since Sword and Shield, and actually it wasn't something I liked in Sword and Shield, but it is something I like in Scarlet and Violet, which feels very weird to say.
I haven't played Sword and Shield, so I can't actually say. But I feel like, but if New Vegas gives me that if New Vegas gives me that same feeling, it'll probably end up making like some of my all-time favorites.
It probably won't, because a lot of your strength in New Vegas is still tied to your skills, like your actual stats as a character. Where you can have good guns, but if you don't have the skill associated with using that gun, you're not going to have like as good of a time trying to kill a strong enemy with it.
Okay. Well, that tracks, but at the same time, hold on, I need to get out of this laser beam. Fucking laser beams. I hate those fucking laser beams. So actually, hold on. Let me pause for a second so I can get the thought out.
Yeah.
So you need the skill to actually be good at using the gun, right? Like if you want to use a sniper rifle, you need to have like a sniper thing, and it improves your performance.
Yeah, like how good you are with the weapon. Like you will do better with a weapon with a skill of 100 than you will with a skill of 25.
Yeah, kind of like like in Borderlands.
Yeah, just very dumb, obvious statement, but like that's what I mean. Like just having a good weapon isn't gonna make you a god.
Right. At the same time, though, you are like leveling up and getting these skills to do the thing.
Yeah, that's what I like about the Bethesda games so much, is they very much do allow you to build the character that you want, and or adjust your playstyle on the fly if you did something, or if you did something and something changed about your build, or you found a new weapon and you want to use it instead, or a million other reasons.
Give me like a quick sick. I gotta like kill the strain. Okay, so I forgot what I was gonna say. Something. Okay, I'll jump to a different train of thought.
You're fine.
I am so excited to play a bisexual sniper.
Because New Vegas.
Yes.
It took me a second to realize what you meant.
Because I am so excited to do my New Vegas playthrough for my first ever New Vegas playthrough. Because as soon as H-Bomber got, and I'm gonna keep bringing this up because again, the only frame of reference I have. As soon as Harry said that there was a skill or a perk or something that was like deal extra damage to guys and a separate one for dealing extra damage to women, and that you could take both and be canonically bisexual, I was like, yes, that one. I want that one.
So it's better than that, and I believe he does bring this up in the video, but Lady Killer and I don't remember what the female variant of it's called. Perks
I think it's like
are basically
Black Widow or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's Black Widow. Perks are basically like bonuses you can pick on a level up, dependent on your stats and your skills. In Fallout 3, Lady Killer and Black Widow were relative to what your gender was. So if you were female, you'd have the female one. If you were male, you'd have the male one. When Obsidian made New Vegas, they were like, "Wow, we really like these ideas that you had in Fallout 3, but we're going to take them and make them better." And that was one where they were like, "Why limit this to what gender you are? Why not just let you pick whichever one that you want and roleplay a character.
Yeah, he did bring that. He did bring that up, and that's part of why I'm so excited about it.
Which, to be fair, and I mean this, I'm gonna say this in not the worst possible way, but a silly, very, very purposely bad way. The xenophobia run in any Fallout game is actually usually pretty fun and not difficult, where you just pick every single perk that's like, I hate this thing, so I deal more damage to it.
I kind of love that that's what it's called, though.
Well, it's what else would you call it? You pick every perk that's I deal extra damage to this thing for like a good or bad. Because the thing is, Lady Killer and Black Widow are like the only two where they're implied to be like, oh, you know, you're it's supposed to be like cool secret agency kind of thing. But every other one is like, I hate ghouls, I hate abominations, I hate super mutants. And that's why I deal extra damage to them, because I hate them so much. I know how to kill them really good.
That's so much.
But legitimately, not an actual bad playstyle. Turns out when you do extra damage to 95% of the enemies in the game, it becomes a lot easier to play the game.
There's just one downside. How the hell are you supposed to handle non-binies?
Well, it cares about what they... God, how to not stumble over my words here. It cares about what's actually attached to them, I guess. Not what they want to be.
It's okay. It's okay. I was trying to go for an easy joke.
Yeah.
That did not.
I know, and
the ramifications don't necessarily translate well. It's okay.
There's only so much they can do in game, and actually Bethesda has been doing interesting, fun things like that. But I don't know any specific instances like that in Fallout games. Though that feels like something that would be in Fallout 4, that they would have programmed in. But there are a couple of just enemy types that don't have one of those skills. But it became much easier to do stuff like that in Fallout 4 and onwards, because they started giving you weapon mods that you can modify your weapon and make them deal extra damage to certain enemy types. So some of them they removed perks so that they could make them into optional weapon mods instead.
It's the fucking Ring of Fire. The fucking Ring of Fire.
I feel like you don't want to be inside there.
You usually don't, because that's how you die. But also, that's where all the tasty bits are.
Yeah, fair enough.
That one always...
The rule of shmups.
Yeah, rule of shmups.
But honestly, even more than the dealing more damage, and I think he does mention this, HMR mentions this in the video too, the actual best thing about Lady Killer and Black Widow is they open up additional dialogue choices with characters of whatever sex or gender you have the perk for. And that's the best thing, and a lot of the really good stuff about Fallout games is how much they let you roleplay.
Hey, Harry very specifically feels like he's really into in-depth RPGs. Have you seen the oh god, what was it? There's he covered an RPG that's like really god awful to play through, but the experience is an Outer Wild style transcendentalism once you get it.
Really god awful to play through.
It's like
I don't know.
Holy shit! Mario coming in with a raid party of 13. Mario Melandra, thank you. Holy shit!
Welcome, Raiders.
Welcome, Raiders. Let me give you a quick shout out. What is up, people?
Oh,
also, a fellow retro channel streamer.
Oh, I know what game you're talking about. You're talking about Pathologic.
Yeah, I was talking about Pathologic.
Yes, Pathologic is an interesting game. Pathologic is a game I would never wish upon someone.
Oh my, wait, hold on.
I think Magical Knight
hold on,
Ray.
Wait, hold on. Maru? What is up? Hold on. I have something very, very special to show you in the race. I saw the Magic Knight Ray Earth ads. Let me go ahead and play you something. Sono should know exactly what's coming up. Welcome to die. This joke again? The localization team will think we got it wrong. Stop! Barry! How dare you, human? Those were your very last words. You fool! No, you are the fool. We will never give up. As long as we can still breathe. We will fight for Earth. And for everything that is right. Friendship unites us. Hero girls! Shine! Transmitting at the speed of light. Hero Girl Scout. Hero Witch. Wisdom to do what's right! Hero Girls Techie! Hero Fairy! Unbreakable Will. Hero Girls Assault. Hero Knight. The power to believe! Hero Girls Leader! Hero Girl! Together we are Hero Girls! Let me just take myself and my associate off of mute. Thank you again so much for the raid, Maru. We'll take good care of your community. Have a good dinner. And thank you. For anyone who is new here, I am Hero Girls. I am your friendly local neighborhood hero tuber, and I'm here to let you know that if I could do it, so can you. And today we're just chilling, talking about stuff with our good buddy Francois.
Hello.
Yep. So we're basically just yapping. And we were just talking about Pathologic and really in-depth role-playing games. God, I am so excited to give more of those games a try. Like, Baldur's Gate 3 gave me a small taste with Act 1. I'm excited to try.
Oh my god.
Disco Elysium is on there. There's a Pathfinder game that I'm excited to try. I'm just so fascinated by these super consequence heavy roleplay games.
Yeah, I think it's your wife can tell you more about this because they've played it. I haven't played the second Pathfinder game, but I can definitely say if you go play Pathfinder Kingmaker, the first one, it's gonna be a step down from BG3, unfortunately.
Aww.
Like, it's still a really solid game, but BG3 is also a really, really solid game. Also, to be fair, I kind of hate this, and I kind of like disagree with my own feelings on this. But you've seen Act 1. Act 1 is some of the best that BG3 has to offer, and it's not even that Act 3 is like bad. It's that just there's so much to do in Act 1, and a lot of Act 3 is heavily dependent on what you did in Act 1 and Act 2.
I don't mind that though. I don't mind that like some of the best stuff is in Act 1, because everything that happens in Act 1 is just so it'd be really hard to follow up.
Yeah. Like, I don't think Act 1 could have been the game by itself, but like the biggest problem that I have is like I keep wanting to make new characters and play Act 1 stuff, but then I never want to go on from Act 1, which is sad. Because I've beaten the game with 3 people now, and it was, other than the actual final boss fight, it was really fun.
God. Maybe at some point, what we'll do, because like we're gonna need a new collab game once we finish up Raft. And I'm pretty sure Raft has like a definitive end and all that.
It does now. Yes, that is correct. Well, it's like you found the ending, now you want to just play in Infinitum.
Yeah. But once like Raft isn't going to go on forever. And at that point, it's going to be, well, we want a new collab game. Now, Baldur's Gate 3 is what I've been thinking about as a potentially really good collab game.
I don't know if all the current collab members have it, but I'd be up for that.
If that's something we get, I'm going to heavily consider it. Because like it's basically D&D except no one has to actually DM.
Yes, quite literally. That is what Baldur's Gate is.
It's just I have to figure out what exactly I want from a Baldur's Gate playthrough free. Because I'm not gonna lie, I feel like what I want to do first is I want to go through and have my own thing first, where I either go through an OC so I can go ahead and have all the sexy time scenes, and or I do the Lae'zel playthrough.
The Lae'zel playthrough?
Where you play as Lae'zel, so you get like all of her inner monologue and stuff like that.
I actually started a Lae'zel playthrough. It's not that much as you'd think. You do get a lot of interesting interactions specifically because you're a Gith, but you can get those as well by like just playing a Gith as a Tav. Here would be my suggestion. Here would be my suggestion if you want to play with me specifically. I know a butt ton about this game already. So what might be a cooler idea or a more enjoyable idea is if you want to play with me specifically, play your own game, play through the game,
right,
and then I can show you show you things that you may or may not have missed on a multiplayer playthrough.
That's true. That's true. No, you're right, because what I was thinking about for the Elden Ring co-op thing that I want to do with you and Lila, I was like,
God,
okay.
I want to do that so bad too.
I was like, okay, I'm going to do this, but, and this is a very, very important but, I want to make sure that I play through a Souls game first, like maybe like Sekiro and or some other Dark Souls game first. So I know I have a semblance of what I'm doing, and I have an understanding of what exactly I like to do in these games. That was my big self condition when I brought that up.
We could technically do unmodded Elden Ring like that, but there is a seamless multiplayer mod for Elden Ring that basically just lets all three of us be the main character.
Yeah, that's what my wife was saying too, and that's what I want.
I don't think it's super hard to install. I was actually just reading the Nexus mod page for it right now for unrelated reasons. Totally unrelated reasons.
Totally
Definitely not reasons related to what we were talking about.
God. It's just like... You ever feel like the mysticism and reverence for the first playthrough gets in the way of a lot of cool stuff?
Yes. 100%, but almost always the reverence for that first playthrough is justified.
Yeah, I feel like part of that is I feel like a part of it is just a desire to try and like relive a constant high of media entertainment. Of like,
oh yeah, you only get to experience something the first time once.
Yeah, exactly. But it's just sometimes it feels like people are so desperate to relive that moment that they're unwilling to let anything take that away from them.
Yes, which is why I've trained myself over time to not. I take the Japanese approach where, to me, it's not about what happens; it's about how things happen. That's significantly more important to my enjoyment of something. Because I can know the big dumb crazy thing happens, but how do we get from A to B? That's what really makes a movie.
For real. Just I've seen I on the flip side of that, like I have seen expectations absolutely ruin things for some people. Like they hear about a thing and they get the wrong impression, right? Like I'm not gonna name names, but I did hear recently about someone seeing a lot of the Marcel Phelan fan art going around and assuming Dungeon Meshi was some sort of fluffy slice of life Yuri, which it is not. And they just have this this completely tarnished idea of what Dungeon Meshi should have been, so they hate what it actually is.
Yeah, I think somewhat at some level of expectation is important, because you need to want to watch something to be able to watch it. But at the same time, yeah, 100%, you risk ruining it for yourself if your expectations are too high.
I've heard that about so many different things at this point. Like, I've heard about the critically acclaimed Endwalker, I've heard about She-Ra, and just... It's... A part of me is, like, sad for it. A part of me is sad that this person really wanted to enjoy a thing and they just can't because reason.
Some of it, too, is you also have to take into account, maybe somebody isn't overhyping something, but maybe they don't have as refined of a palette for entertainment or for media as you may. So I run into this all the time too, where people are like, "Oh, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread," and then I watch it and I'm like, "Well, it's really good, but like, greatest thing since sliced bread. Like, here's like 5 other shows or creations or whatnot that are like equally as good."
That was exactly the thing that I had with Blade Runner. My wife and I watched. My partners and I, because my husband was there too. We had just seen the sequel to Blade Runner, the one that came out not recently, but like more recently than the original. That's how sequels. That's how sequels
Blade
work,
Runner
Hero
that
Girl.
came out recently? There was a sequel to Blade Runner that came out recently?
Kind of, yeah. And my wife really enjoyed it. She really enjoys the slow, atmospheric stuff. So we watched the original. We got around to watching the original. And it did not click for us at all. I am sorry to say.
Oh yeah, 2017 was recent, wasn't it?
Recent-ish. 7 years is not like recent, but it's more recent than an 80s movie.
You get what I'm doing about time being an illusion, though.
Yeah, it do be like that.
It do be like that.
Like, the short of it is just basically, this is a movie that is widely regarded as a classic, potentially life-changing. It's a very influential movie too. A lot of movies that riff off the cyberpunk, they pull from Blade Runner specifically.
Mm-hmm.
But so you watch The Progenitor and you're like, I don't get it. And that also feels a little sad.
Yeah, well, again, it goes down to that, when was it created? Because sometimes things were way significantly better received before, like in the past, than they would be nowadays, because there wasn't as much stuff like them, or you just didn't have as much.
Yeah.
Like this is a weird like the thought that I have all the time when I'm thinking about people and like how much you do reading, or I look at it and I go, man, it's really funny when I hear old people be like, well, how do you play video games? Like, what do? You don't have any hobbies. And I'm like, what did you have to do when you were like a kid? Like this is why you have people that like don't do sports as much, as they found other things to do, and then you have older people be like, oh well, how do you not enjoy the thing that I enjoyed? And it's like, because there's more options now. Maybe you only enjoyed the thing that you enjoyed because it was all that you had.
That's certainly real. There was a point.
Yeah, just
I unironically enjoy Fate Grand Order. That's how, that's the thing that introduced us to each other. But, like, at the same time, it was also one of the only things I had because it was a free access game.
Yeah.
That I could pour a lot of time into.
And to be fair, that is what that I mean that's to me the joy of premium games. Even if you don't spend money on them, the fact that they are in theory free.
Yep. Plus FGO was on mobile. I
Yeah.
didn't have like a switchy switch stuff that I could do.
Well, I mean, to be fair, mobile is still its own thing. Like everybody has phones nowadays, but you still have to have a phone can run it. Like I have friends that don't play or that weren't consistently playing because they did not have a phone that could run the game.
Yeah, pretty much. But my phone was like one of the only things I could reasonably upgrade at the time.
Yeah, fair enough.
And all this just because I was trying to figure out how I wanted to play Baldur's Gate.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, the reason I built a PC was because I was so frustrated that I couldn't play Final Fantasy Origins on my gaming laptop at the time.
Really?
Yes. I mean, I've been planning on building a PC regardless, but that was the thing where I'm like, nope, I'm doubling down on this. I just spent, $60 on a brand new video game, and I cannot play it, and I am angry.
Also, I am gonna go like concentrate mode real quick, just because we got the big C here, aka the letter that we today's stream was brought to you by the letter C. There we go.
Oh my god, I thought you died there for a second.
I thought I did too, but then I was okay, and I was like, aha! Extra HP buff. Good.
I legitimately thought I saw you explode, and then the game didn't end, and I was like, oh, okay.
I've had that instance before where I've done that, and it's been explicitly because I got the one up mushroom. One of the things that my wife... So, now that I've really been getting into this game, and also because we have a brand new couch that is so much more comfortable to sit on, I was bringing this up Monday. One of the things that my wife and I are doing is we're streaming the game from our computer onto our TV out in the living room. So yesterday, after dinner, I just booted this up on her account, and I played this for like an hour and a half straight while she sat next to me. It was great.
Yeah, communal gaming is always really fun.
Yeah. Now there's an upside and a downside. One that matters significantly less because of the kind of the game this is. I got to use her account, so I got to try a bunch of the upgrades that I don't have on mine yet. I also got to put my name on her leaderboard. Now the flip side of that being that I can't really do that if the game that I want to play with her only has the one file. Because she wants to watch me play Psychonauts, she wants to watch me play Hollow Knight. And unless they have an extra file, we're gonna have to figure out...
Psychonauts has multiple files.
That's good, yeah. Like, she just wants to watch me play Psychonauts. I wasn't necessarily saying it doesn't have multiple files.
I mean, as long as you have, as long as you're willing to fiddle around with files, everything on Steam has multiple file slots, regardless of what it tells you.
Well, see, that's the thing, is that we were having issue connecting my computer to the thing.
Gotcha.
So for this game specifically, I was able to use her file, and it wasn't an issue because this is a game where that's just not an issue. It's a roguelite with a scoreboard. In fact, one could even say that it's enhanced by sharing a single copy.
Yeah, because you both are working towards unlocking stuff. As long as one person doesn't unlock way too well, yeah, I guess that kind of depends on the person. I was gonna say, as long as one person doesn't unlock too much stuff, and then the other person has to play catch up.
Exactly.
But,
yeah. Or, as long as it's not like a co-op game that you want to play with each other. Because one of the things my wife wanted to do was play Elden Ring with me. And so I'm bringing up doing the collab with you and Lila. And she's like, I also want to play with you. And I was like, yes, but we don't have a second copy to do that. Not yet, anyway.
I don't know. I don't know if there's a mod for that.
Also, these triangle things explode on impact, so like if they're too close when they pop, you will literally just die, and I hate that. I hate that. Games are so good. I'm so glad that I can use Wildcard Wednesday to try all these other games. Doing the heart game next week is going to be a ton of fun.
Oh, seamless co-op might let you do local multiplayer?
Yo.
Maybe? I found a thread on Reddit that was talking about local multiplayer, and I got it. One of it links to a video of seamless co-op, for the seamless co-op mod.
Yo, that's pretty tight.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, it's seamless co-op. You need to be connected to a Steam account. Never mind.
Never mind. Never mind. All good.
Oh no, there is a mod for it. Oh wait, hold on. Now, do you still need two versions? You might still need two things in the game. I found stuff though. Found stuff to look at for later.
Okay. At some point, you and I are gonna to try that screen sharing program you found, because if that can work with Chroma Squad, we have so many things we can try.
If it works as stated, it should work with anything, because it literally just lets you screen share and it opens up a window on the other person's thing, and they can like click in it as if it was their computer and manipulate your computer. And like that's not like ludicrous magic technology that exists easily. It's used all the time in the real world. Like I have had to have IT people do that for my computer several times at work. It's just I've not really ever seen it as a commercial product, let alone a free product.
We're gonna go places. It's gonna be great.
Go places, do things. Quick adventure, 10 minutes in and out.
Ideally. I'm excited for just all the collab stuff that we've been planning.
Yeah, I like doing things with other people. It gives more structure to what I'm doing sometimes. Especially when you have other people to that are knowledgeable and or either are knowledgeable or are not knowledgeable, so that either you have more things to talk about directly rather than just with chat who might be listening but not talking back, or you have other people that are knowledgeable about it, and then you can have an actual conversation about it.
Correct. I like what we're doing now.
Yes. I'm not a huge fan of asteroid shooters like this, but this looks sick.
I've heard a friend call this like straight gas the game, and like she is so right. She was so real for that.
I mean, it kind of just depends on the game, because everybody was saying the same thing about Balataro, the poker deck building game.
Balatro.
I still need to try doing that. I'm just afraid, because I'm afraid it's going to eat my life if I do.
See, my husband's been playing a lot of Balatro lately. He's excited to start playing Balatro on the couch as well. We still have to actually like set up the system to be on his computer too. But when it is, I'm gonna be like, the important thing is I get more time to actually snuggle with him. Because now he's not gonna be stuck at his desk with a lack of options.
Wholesome AF.
Very, very wholesome. But also, I'm excited to try Balatro myself at some point. I know it's like the meta game right now, but I've really come around on very specific roguelites. Roguelites that are
I'm just curious to understand how it works.
my understanding is that it's poker, but like kind of different.
Yeah, a deck building poker, but like that's still. You get what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I can just understand each of these concepts individually. I don't know how they work together, even if it apparently is very good.
Look, ask a simple question, get a complicated answer. We can make this harder than it has to be.
That's also fair.
By the way, aren't you streaming today?
I am streaming today, but I don't stream until 7.
That's 7 Eastern, right?
Yes. I don't stream until an hour and a half from now.
Ah.
I don't want to pay $15 for Belacher or for Belacher right now.
Yeah, I mean,
She'll wait until it is
Belacher will be
cheap.
around. Belacher's not going anywhere.
No. I mean, to be fair, I have 100 and almost 180 games on my watch list. Oh boy, this visual novel is on sale. I'm going to buy it because I need more World of Darkness in my life.
I am drowning in visual novel right now. Beautiful Boyfriend was a very, very good reminder that visual novels are very good, and they deserve my attention. And then Final Fantasy reminds me, oh, right, there's a reason why I can't sit at my desk and try and read a bunch of text, because it... How did you put it? Your brain goes coyote mode?
Yeah, it depends on what I'm doing, but yeah, where I really want to experience this thing, but I also want to gnaw my arm off and escape.
Yeah. I have to believe that part of it is just like the past trauma of trying to get through the entirety of MSQ in such a small frame, but at the same time, it's like I know I'm going to enjoy it once I get going, but there's just so much gaming I could actually be doing here.
Yeah, no, that's what it is. It's how much I want to play games versus how much time I have to devote to this story.
Reading
And
with-
that's the thing that decreases my enjoyment of story games sometimes.
Reading with ADHD is like a fight. It really is. It really is. You're so real for that, chat.
I don't even know if it's not even a reading with ADHD situation for me. There's only so many hours in the day situation for me.
It feels like that. Okay, so like, I believe that with the reading portion, it is very much you are fighting the vestiges of trained capitalism, where you're like, I need to be able to multitask, or I need to be able to justify the value of me doing this.
Oh, 100%.
So, I've been fighting that with video games, and I've gotten to the point where I can just play the game and enjoy myself. Like, it doesn't have to be for stream, it doesn't have to be for a video. I am playing these games because I want to enjoy playing a video game, and that's very good. The flip side of that, though, is that the video game at least provides me with immediate response and feedback, which is very, very good for ADHD brain. Unlike book reading, which requires some amount of patience and low stim. So, maybe what I need to do is I need to join my husband in going to bed earlier and just make that like a quiet reading time activity.
Just don't do it on your phone. Try and read actual books if you can if you do that.
But that's the thing, though. The phone is lit up. Like, I get what you mean. I get what you mean. It's just... I don't know if, Actually, hold on. Maybe you're onto something, actually. Maybe you are onto something. Maybe a physical book would help.
That's what I try and do. I read the majority of my manga online, but I do try and buy it too and then reread it. And if I'm ever having problems sleeping enough, I always try and put my phone away and either read an actual book or just put my head down on the pillow and try and just do breathing exercises to get to sleep faster.
Now, I have not had that issue with manga.
Or when I say actual book, I mean like physical. Doesn't matter if it's manga. I mean the physical.
No, I got you. I mean, like, I haven't had that issue where, like, reading is difficult if it's, even though it's digital, if I'm reading it as manga. Like, manga, webtoons, those have been pretty good. Visual has been perfectly fine on a digital, reading apparatus.
It's different for everybody too. Part of it with having your phone there is you have the access to the entire rest of the internet as well.
I just barely survived that one. Okay, we're good. No, manga as a visual medium, I think, is part of what makes it easier to do on digital. But for reading actual print, maybe the book thing is correct. Now, granted, there are some books that I need to be able to read digitally because I'm actively taking screenshots so I can do discussion.
Yeah, that's a good reason.
I've got a disc. I popped because I got stuck in the. Oh wait, no, I'm alive. How the fuck did I survive that? Well, anyway, I was gonna say I've got a Discord server that I'm in with some close friends. And I have a thread that's dedicated to just me reading Animorphs. I'm reading it for the first time. I'm reading it for the first time in like 20 years.
Oh no.
So it's actually really important that I be able to take screenshots to provide context for the stuff that I'm yapping about.
Yeah, you're realizing how extra Animorphs actually is and always was.
I knew already how extra it was. That was part of why I loved it. This is just me going back and realizing, this may have had like some existentially horrifying themes and ideas, but the actual language involved is actually pretty simple. This really was a book written for children.
Surprisingly, yes.
And I don't mean that derogatorily. I mean, like, it breaks things down into a simple enough language that kids can understand what's going on and follow, while still having some really complicated themes. And honestly, that's why I do not buy the it's just a kid's show as an excuse for why a show is poor quality. That is important context for what a show is trying to address or talk about, but it is not an excuse for quality.
100%.
It's like the whole Steven Universe thing. It is a show for children, so that is why it handles some of the themes and ideas the way that it does. But also, it is a quality show. So, yeah, pretty much that.
It's a really good show. I don't know. I still miss shows like the original Teen Titans or a bunch of the old Cartoon Network shows where I feel like they were able to be good shows, but also be good for kids and didn't feel like they were trying too hard.
Ciara's here! Yay, Ciara! Ciara, aka Toracel on Twitter.
Hi.
She's really good. Ciara made me like really. The way that she streams with her PNG and her Henshin transformation sequence is really good and really helped me understand that there's a lot of really cool stuff you can do with a PNG tuber.
Oh, well, then this follow will be even better than normal.
Yeah.
I'll have to go check out your streams at some point and see this cool thing that I've been thinking about trying to do at some point myself.
God, yeah, like Ciara has a really cool Henshin effect. So great, and also like her shorts, the shorts that she records in VR, our top tier comedy. Like just no. Wait. Oh, what? Oh my god! I forgot. That's why I'm not dying, because as soon as my shield breaks, it teleports me away.
Oh, yeah, no, I saw what was happening where you have like the circle around you. I didn't realize that was your shield.
Yep, that's my shield. And when it breaks, it automatically teleports me to the edge. So like it teleports me out of danger.
I think you get to pick for a couple of seconds what direction you're teleporting in too.
Sierra's trying to bring it back. She just needs to figure out how to get the civilian model in VR chat into VMR. I heard that. Well, thank you so much for stopping by.
Weird. In VR chat into VMR.
Oh, yeah.
They use mostly the same files. They use at least very similar files, so good luck with that. I don't think that actually should be that difficult. It might just be a matter of doing a little bit of research. Like that's something I want to do too. Is get my model into VR chat. Granted, I have to get my model first. I haven't checked in with my artist in a while, but I like giving my artists space and not being a nuisance.
Yeah.
But it has been like a month, and people on stream one night were like, "You should probably check in with them," and I'm like, "I could, but I don't want to be annoying." That's incredibly important to me.
There's a difference between being a nuisance and like, you know, just wanting to check in for a status update, because that's completely reasonable.
You talk to me. You know how I feel about that. I always feel like I'm being a nuisance.
That's true. There's no changing that, unfortunately. You are very is anxious the word?
Probably. I mean, it depends on the setting it's in. When I'm at work, and it depends on the level of control in the situation, I guess. I had one of those come up today with somebody with one of my direct reports at work where they hadn't gotten something in that they needed to do, so I basically called them up and just said, "This needs to get done. You need to do it. This is not optional." And they got it done in like 20 minutes.
Okay, but like that feels like part of why you can do that is because that is literally a structured environment where the rules of engagement are listed out.
Exactly.
If I don't have rules of engagement, I want to shut down.
Yeah, exactly.
As when Ella was talking about who put her up for the VTuber thing with how good her VTuber is. She's like, it was either you or me, and I was like, it was not me, because crippling anxiety that you would be very angry at me if I did that.
Ain't that the truth?
I wonder who put Lila up for that thing. Who nominated her? I wonder.
No, it was 100% me. Wife already outed me.
Yes, but I like playing along with the collective joke.
Ah.
Remember, I like rules of engagement. This is why I like collective fiction.
True.
I have to explain to Kyria on like a monthly basis why I'm so invested in the Gotti joke.
The what joke?
The Gotti. G-H-O-T-I. It's fish. It's how you pronounce fish.
Yes, no, I got that, but like, what's the joke?
That I don't call Kyria fish. I call Kyria Gotti.
Oh, okay, I got you. That is fair and based, first of all. Oh god. You know that's part of what makes it hard to make friends. Is to like make sure you're on the right tone. Being like, hey, yo, is this joke fine? Is this joke fine? Is she actually gonna get mad if I call her this? I see her referring to herself like this. Is that no thing for me to call her?
Or the other one with that situation is, oh man, they're totally self-deprecating. I'm going to be very frustrated with them about that because I am their friend and I want them to feel better about themselves.
we have that kind of thing with Jess. Jess. The short answer is that Jess is a brat. Jess is a brat.
Jess is a brat.
And
you and I understand that.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, Lila understands that too. Lila just gets way more frustrated about it.
Yeah, but Lila's also very sincere and so wonderful. Like, she does not hesitate to put up the dukes if it's for a friend. And I love that so much about her.
So do you get like, are you generating currency to get these upgrades, or is it like you're leveling up as you kill stuff, getting EXP, and then you hit a threshold and it pops you in here to get an upgrade?
Every time you level up, you get an upgrade.
Okay.
Yep, and you have to fly around the screen and collect the little bits that the enemies explode into in order to level up. The thing here, so the lore here is not that you are piloting a ship; it is that you are a spaceship organism. And that you,
yes.
And that you evolve as you eat your enemies. That is apparently the lore here.
What game was it that was had horrifying lore like that? Hold on. There's a really good moderately good space RTS that has similar lore where you're playing as a person, but all the ships are organic. What was this called?
Cars?
Genesis Rise. Yes, Cars, but also Genesis Rising.
Shit. Get me out of here, Scotty. Get me out of here, Scotty. Fuck. It sucked me in.
Oh, that was a really good run, too.
No, it doesn't kill you, but it does deal, like, a massive fuck ton of damage.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, I'm okay. Just not happy about it.
Well, don't die to all the old follow-up from all these ships.
Holy fucking shit!
I'm amazed your shield hasn't broken yet.
It did pop.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I just watched it pop. I'm behind you watching the stream, but...
Oh, you're watching the stream. Then why am I streaming on Discord?
Are you? Yeah,
I am!
Oh, I didn't know you restarted.
Yeah,
After all the issues to start with, I thought you were gonna do it.
I've been streaming on Discord this whole time.
Nope, for an hour, almost 2 hours, I've just been watching the stream on like a 20-second delay.
Oh, hey, second high score. I managed to get like I think 2 spots higher than this on my wife's file, which is pretty great. But then again, she also has like really, really good upgrades. No, this game's just like it's fun, it's chill. And if I keep
it's really nice when you just have a solid game that makes you want to play more of it.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, that was how I felt about... Not that I don't like Void Rain Spawner Heart, but that was how I felt about that until I realized how much grinding they wanted you to do with, like, doing the air quotes practice mode. Oh, that's neat.
It's a grenade.
Oh, cool. And they explode on impact.
Yep. There are so many different weapons and builds for this. Like, it is literally just asteroids as a roguelite, but the developer, the designer, they understood the assignment.
Yeah.
But also you can get a shield that like also just deals damage if anything's inside the radius.
Yeah, you always gotta have the melee build. Because you always have those insane people that want to play the melee build, like my friend Squirrel.
God. Speaking of...
If you can punch things in the game, he will punch things.
Speaking of, my wife decided that she wanted to show me the ramming build. And you can build a super Roadhog-style tank and just fucking do zoomies across the entire screen and
just never stop.
It just never stop, yeah. and it's great. And also, you can get swords. Your weapon can be swords that swing like paddles.
Yeah, Outlaw Star. Melee spaceships. Oh, when I was driving home today, I saw somebody with a Cowboy Bean Bowl license plate cover, and I was like, yeah, you have good taste.
God, I love Cowboy Bean Bowl. It's almost as good as a Cowboy Nako.
Don't know what that one is. What's that one?
You know, it's like Cowboy Bean Bowl, except Dorito ear.
Why did the mermaid
do you
wear
know what
seashells?
I'm joking about?
She grew out of her bee shells.
Cowboy Bebop.
I know what you're
Is
talking
that-
about. I was teasing you.
Okay.
I was teasing you for calling it Cowboy Bean Bowl.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
there's a great old meme post that's like it's somebody taking a picture of a menu item that's called Cowboy Bean Bowl, and they just the comment is just like, oh man, I love that anime.
By the way, Jess, how dare you? We were just talking about you. How dare you? How dare you come into to my chat and drop an unrelated pun? See, this is why I can't approve of your puns. Even if some of them are clever, I can't give you approval because they're non sequitur.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of have to agree. I'll always laugh at your puns because the quality of them is always pretty high, but they're usually non sequiturs, unfortunately.
Unfort. Like, goddamn, I had to learn how to, you know, not use non sequiturs in a conversation to keep my friends. Why can't other why can't other neurodivergents learn that rule too? Don't you
Honestly, Jess, I don't think we've ever said they weren't clever.
Yeah, we never said that they weren't clever. We just said that they weren't relevant to the topic at hand, so we would have to dock you points.
I think possibly someone said they weren't good, but good and clever are distinct things. You can have a really bad pun that's really clever, though.
For real. I don't need that, Jess. I don't need my dual disc for today. Well, unless I'm playing like what was it, Ursa Arctic, the Constellation Spaceship Teddy Bear archetype.
Oh my god, that archetypes that they were like, we want to do that dark synchro thing from the anime.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, that's the way the Ursa Arctics work. Is they all of their tuners are the big level monsters, and they make their and all their synchros are the low level monsters.
Oh yeah,
so
you're
they
right.
do special synchro summons where it's like the difference in levels, but it's not actually a true synchro summon because that's not how the game mechanic works.
You're right. Yeah.
It's like how contact fusion isn't really fusion, but is.
Yeah, you're right. That's
Because-
exact. I forgot that was a thing. It's been so long since I've seen 5Ds. At some point, I'm gonna watch it with my wife. And it's
I
gonna
mean,
be
the
great.
Yu-Gi-Oh animes usually have some pretty interesting ideas that just unfortunately like don't translate well into the actual card game.
All right. So here's a question: how's Hero Girl gonna get out of this? We got the big old letter C here. Ah, there we go. That's what usually happens when I go full in on the construct build.
I feel like your primary started going less distance.
Okay, there we go. Well, I'm gonna get to a point where I can get rid of the grenade launcher that I'm using, and pick up a mod called Overseer, which is just it increases the limit on constructs that I can build, which means I will have 3 turrets and even more drones, and I'll just I'll pick up mines. You can get land mines
In space.
in space, and what you can do is those mines can be loaded with your weapon. So when they pop, grenades will go flying everywhere,
That feels like the only one that should work that way, but that sounds awesome.
It's even better when you have swords, because then swords fly everywhere.
This is one thing that I absolutely adore about The Binding of Isaac, and I love seeing people try to do it or actually do it in roguelites, is when your powers like actually stack up on each other.
It's the best thing about roguelites. I love seeing it. Watching Northern Lions Binding of Isaac videos is what really, really made me realize, oh shit, roguelites can be really dope. Because you can do stuff like that in Hades. I just saw a lot less of it because I had a very specific build that I tried to do like every single time.
Yeah. I remember it in, back when Binding of Isaac was still on its first edition that was run in, oh god, that was run in Java, I think?
Oh yeah, there
Is
they
what
go.
the original one's run in?
That's the mines popping and turning into bombs.
Yeah.
All the
Where I
fireworks.
just got, like the chocolate milk, which is the charge shot upgrade, and then I got the like big doom laser upgrade, and for some reason the way that they overlapped just gave you like instant charge shots of the death laser, which was just phenomenal.
Hey Brony
And
man,
I just crushed the rest of that run.
thanks for stopping. Everyone's stopping
Flash.
by tonight. That makes me so. Oh my god, that's so good.
Flash
Everyone's.
game, that's what I was trying to think of. Thank you.
I want some extra. Hull is your health. It's the red line at the bottom.
Yeah.
And you gotta be careful because these fucking ships, this one specifically, has a fucking lightsaber. And
Yeah, I noticed. I'd been meaning to ask about that. That was an actual lightsaber. That was a targeting retinal.
Nope. On me, it's a targeting retinal. Although I can get one, I can get like my own version. Which is pretty great. But
Oh, you definitely were having issues earlier because you were streaming Discord, because the stream, the actual stream, nice and crispy, or nice and smooth, not a bit of chunk. The Discord stream, very chunky.
All right. Well, let me go ahead and end the Discord stream then. And banish you back to the Twitch feed.
It's fine. I'm watching both, actually.
Yo, dual screening it.
I mean, they're tabs, so no.
Ah,
I need to do prep stuff on my other screen, sorry.
it's okay. But no. Oh my god. I just remembered. I still have to finish my layout for the Nuzlocke run on Friday. Because I can't decide exactly what I want and what looks too busy.
What you posted was really good. I thought you were done with it.
Oh, no. What I posted was just the thumbnail. I'm talking about like the actual stream setup.
Oh, gotcha.
Also, you're being accused of not being a real 90s kid. Don't even know the difference between Flash and Java.
No, I know the difference. I just couldn't think of it at the time. It was I was thinking it's that thing that's dead now, that doesn't exist anymore, that I'm very sad about. Actually, to be fair, I feel like it's both. I feel like it was coded in Java, but it was running in Flash. But yeah, no, I couldn't think of Flash. I couldn't think of the word.
Also, it's official. I have no more weapon. Because I have decided to go full on Hive Mind Queen.
I always love the micro build. Do each of those little ones have its own shield? It's
Yes!
like multi-shielding you?
Yes, I got a mod that says my shield goes on all of my constructs. And they all have damaging shields.
Oh, fun.
So anything I get that upgrades my shield, upgrades their shields. This is how I like to play games. I like setting up a bunch of toys and just letting them do all the work for me.
Yeah, there's something super satisfying about it.
I need to play Satisfactory at some point. Satisfactory feels like exactly the kind of thing that would set the kidney brain on fire.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, you could do it with anything. You could do it with a bunch of Minecraft mods. You can. Actually, no. I guess really Satisfactory is like one of the older ones. Do you have Backpack Hero?
I don't know if I do or not. I feel like I don't, but it's one of those games that I've heard of a fair amount.
It's very fun. The micro builds in that are very fun. Let's find out. I know I have it because I've played it a bunch. I've streamed it before. Oh, there's a demo for it now.
Oh, look how fast my babies chew through that thing. Every time I go through this, I feel like Mei Hatsume. I just want to squeal over my little babies. It is very delightful.
Well, now you have it.
God damn it! Ah! Curse you! Curse you and your generosity! See, this is why I don't ask for things. Or rather, this is why I very specifically don't ask for very specific things. Because I know at some point you're gonna gift me a thing, and it's gonna be and half of the joy is just the spontaneity of it.
But you have to remember, I'm also a massive little gremlin. So the more that you want something, the less likely I'm going to be to get it because I'm a massive little gremlin.
You absolutely are. Like, it's just, it's so incidental. But also, this is how I make sure I appreciate the gifts that you give me.
Yep.
Because, like, even if the game were to theoretically, like, just not jive with me, I still have the... But my friend gifted it to me, and for that, it is special to me.
I also try and actually buy people gifts that they're gonna play. I like being efficient about it. I don't want to waste money on something that somebody's not gonna actually enjoy playing.
God bless. I feel like I've told this story before, but I'll say it again. I was an absolute brat when my friend got me Chrono Trigger for the DS. Like, probably one of the best versions of Chrono Trigger.
My love.
And the entire time I played it, I was playing it spitefully because I kept saying, "Let me try playing your copy so I can see if I like it or not." And she just kept saying, actually, my menu has like characters and stuff that are spoilers." I am like relatively sure that she had already decided that was going to be my Christmas gift at that point. But I knew nothing about Chrono Trigger, and when I got Chrono Trigger, I was so ungrateful. I was like, this could have been something I actually asked for. And despite going into it with the worst attitude possible, I still got really far into the game and enjoyed my playtime.
I mean, it's one of the best games of all time.
Yeah, it is the best time that I never wanted.
I have 99% of every bit of content on that game on the DS, and I will never be able to actively get the last 1%. There's a mechanic in the DS where there's a monster arena where you grow a monster and you make it really good, and like you're supposed to do stuff on the bottom screen to support it. But I've literally created such a powerful monster that it will win every fight no matter what without support. But I also can perform too well to land in the prize bracket to get the singular random accessory in the DS version that I'm missing. It is suffering.
Monster too strong.
Monster too strong. And like I could do a full reset of a run and like try and raise a new monster, but I've tried that a couple of times and the problem is I'm too good at raising the monsters now.
No more challenge. The challenge is gone. You can't open.
It's-
You can't close Pandora's box anymore.
Yeah. The challenge is the challenge is more the specific level of difficulty that you have to be at to qualify to get this prize is just a little bit too specific. It's like getting the neutral ending in Shin Megami Tensei 4 on the DS. It's just a little bit too specific.
By the way, I would like to point out that I'm just kind of like sitting here, gathering XP, pooping out mines.
Yeah, that's what you do once you hit minion mode.
For real, for real. Java's what lets Straka play the powder game. The Chrono has already been triggered. Chat, I think you need new material.
Ah.
Also, goddamn, everyone's showing up today. I am popular today. Thank you, thank you. I feel so loved today. Which is great.
Okay, I have the next game that I need to buy you at some point.
Ooh. I will not ask what it is. I will let myself be pleasantly surprised.
Well, it's another roguelike. It's a really good roguelike that I'm shocked you don't already own.
There we go. Point defense.
Mostly because I'm usually shocked most people don't own this game because it was really big for a while. And it's only gotten better since it was really big, because it was really big in early access.
Soraka hasn't been made of new material in 30 years! Soraka, you're not that old! Wait, no, you are that old. You're best friends with my wife. Of course you're that old. Wife just turned 30.
Oh my god, you're all babies.
Yeah, look at all the babies! Babies in chat, babies on screen, everyone is baby!
I'm not.
I feel like baby when Maru's around. Maru's one of the few streamers I know that I'm at least acquaintance with that's older than me. And honestly, I think that's pretty rad. Also, I have a special upgrade right now that gives me all resistance, gives me extra defense when I hang out with my cats,
Hey.
the turrets.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, you have the superstar right now, don't you?
I think
Everybody
so.
doing the la 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 la.
Yeah.
la.
Everyone, do the la 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 la. Oh fuck this thing! I haven't seen this thing
Oh, it's dead.
in a while.
Oh. Why does it have Sharingans on it?
Because those are its weak points, and it's spooky. Also, it just wiped out like nearly my entire battalion.
Almost got you too.
Yeah, no kidding.
So how do you spawn? Do they just poop out of you every once in a while as long as you don't have your max?
Correct. Like if you look at the top left, it has the progress bar for the new constructs being built.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
And I have some mods, which is what you call all the upgrades. That says destroyed enemies makes them faster, and also battalion. I was looking for that. That's the one I was looking for. I should really be re-rolling a little more aggressively. But yeah. So every time a construct is destroyed, I will be rebuilding them like automatically. And also I have a bunch of mods that increase construction speed, so I'm not without them for very long. The turrets themselves have like a natural decay. They have a natural decay rate, so they're supposed to go away eventually. But my extra ships, my girlfriends, my 3 girlfriends that smoke weed here, they have a special ability that heals constructs. So they are healing the turrets, so the turrets never go away unless they take like a massive amount of just enemy damage.
Or something just parks right on top of them.
Pretty much. Also, if I go battalion formation, I have this massive bee duck.
Yeah.
The drones have different formations that you can swap between, and that's just the coolest thing ever.
The circular one is my favorite.
The lattice is so pretty. It's so good.
It also seems like the most efficient, too.
It is, unless you're dealing with a bunch of triangles that explode and end runs. So you gotta be able to switch between... You gotta learn which of the mobs are your natural enemy and to adjust the formation accordingly. I love it. Like right now they're just kind of flying around, which is what I want them to do. I want them to keep the enemies as far away from me as possible. But if ever I get one of those I'm in immediate danger, I will recall them back to me. Like a true hive mind. There's just so... Honestly, the hardest part about this stage is just trying to keep track of where the fuck you are. Which is why the minefield is great, because I just rotate every so often and I drop a new mine, and anything that does try and get close to me has to go through that minefield first.
Yeah, mines and minions. This is always a good strong combination.
Okay, so you got me backpack hero, right?
Yeah.
Like, what's the premise there?
So the premise is you are a mouse and other small animal, and you are playing an RPG. You have a backpack, and you can use the things that are in your backpack to attack, defend, whatever you need to do. You have a certain number of actions that you can do every turn, and then you have things like weapons, things like armor or shields that might give you passive armor, things like boots. And then how you position things in the backpack is important, because some items might get a better bonus if they're like adjacent to a piece of armor, or some items might be light so they automatically float to the top spot, or heavy so they automatically fall to the lowest spot in the row that you put them in. So it's about constructing your backpack to be as efficient as possible.
And you say you're a mouse with you, or some other small animal.
Yeah, I mean the main character's a tiny cute mouse.
Oh my god, I love that! I am such a big fan of, like, stories about small animal protagonists.
One of the characters that you can play as, it's a roguelite, so it's just a bunch of different characters. Like, you have a bunch of skins for everybody right off the bat, too, but one of them is a robot, and their entire backpack you basically build by... They have a little energy doohickey that they shoot, and then you have like corners and pipes and things that you that the energy goes through to trigger equipment instead. And I've never really figured out how to play them properly, because it feels like they don't get enough actions to be able to adequately do stuff.
That's part of what makes me really happy about this game. This whole construct thing that I'm doing. This feels like the kind of thing that most other games would not go this depth into in terms of, like, actions.
The formations is interesting, but other than that, this seems pretty standard roguelike minion mode. Not that that's a bad thing at all, you know.
Okay, so then, question: how many other roguelikes have this minion mode?
Like, a lot, but
I would be really interested in trying some of those.
Let me look through my, where is it? Oh, how do I do this in here again? No, not show only games. Oh, show collections, there we go. Where is my roguelike collection on Steam? Roguelike, 71 games. Risk of Rain has a mode like this, or has a thing like this. Void Heart can have a thing like this. Backpack Hero can't. Actually, no. Backpack Hero does have a character that's kind of does minion, little like bug minions.
Ooh, I love
that. Dungeon Beneath is kind of all about being minion mode, but that's also sort of like an autoplay game. Also really fun, regardless. Vampire Survivor has a mode like this. Pretty sure Binding of Isaac
Okay, Vampire
has...
Survivor.
Yeah, Binding of Isaac has...
Vampire Survivor, that doesn't surprise me. I kind of forgot that that's definitely, absolutely, pretty much the entirety of its premise. But Vampire Survivor is like, if I go with Kaleidoscope mode on this game, but all the time.
Yeah. I think Binding of Isaac has one, but it's not. It's really hard to get all the pieces you need for it. I think Noita has a spell that you can find that's like that. Wait, I have Bolataro? When did I buy Bolataro? Oh, no, I just bought... Wait, what?
Oh, you have Balatro.
When did I buy this for myself? Why is it not saying I have it in my inventory?
I don't even know.
Oh, never mind. It does. I'm just blind, apparently.
Wait, why haven't I picked up extra burn damage? I should be fishing for that. That feels really relevant right now.
I have a bunch of roguelikes in here that I haven't even played yet that will probably have something like this. Like Bugoo's probably has a minion mode.
I've also got like 27. There we go. Extra burn damage. Now all these extra halos that deal burn damage deal extra burn damage. Yo, I heard you like burn damage, so I decided to burn your burn.
It is satisfying to just hit enemies once and then run away and watch them burn to death.
Yeah. I'm getting better at identifying the thing that makes me like a game and going, I want to find more games that have this thing. And it helps a lot
Like you're...
with a... Oh, no, uh-oh. This is the super boss. This is a super boss. I can't go through one side of the screen and disappear anymore.
Why?
Because...
Oh, warp disabled.
Yep, warp disabled. The polyhedron in the middle. Oh, it's dead. Okay. Thank God. That was much faster than the time I saw it for the first time last night. Also, it sounds like the fucking 4th of July.
There are a lot of roguelikes that have a minion mode. The thing is, they aren't always like this, where it's easy to build into.
Oh, there it is. I unlocked the 1-up mushroom.
As you reborn once in a weakened state and gain a massive experience multiplier. Oh, I don't like that.
There's no downside to grabbing it.
I mean, I already don't really like revival stuff because it usually gets me killed more than anything else, but ugh.
No,
Massive weakened state that you have to level up from again.
I mean, yeah, but like again, there's no downside because the only cost is the opportunity cost of you're picking this over picking something else.
Yeah, fair enough.
And there's an achievement if you can live long enough on. And there's an achievement if you can live long enough on it.
Wait, so you'd never? Was your first place one the one where you first saw the polyhedron?
No, that was actually on my wife's account.
Oh, so interesting. You scored higher than you did currently, but you hadn't seen that boss before that.
Not on this account. No.
Neat.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. You know what else I want to go back to trying out? Tower defense games. There was a one on a website called, I think, Candy Stand or something like that. It had like a tower defense game where it was all gritty, and it just it tunnels a bunch of the minions down the tube. And you know, it's just tower defense. But the tower defenses all had like a radius. Well, they all had a radius, and they all had like snake backs, so that way if you place your towers in the right place, they could shoot them on one path and then shoot them again on the back path. Those were really.
I mean, that just sounds like a tower defense game to me.
I mean,
sounds
yeah.
like every tower defense game.
I mean, yes, but like this one had a very specific aesthetic that I just really jived with. I love the Tron aesthetic. For games like this, I love the callback to the classic games.
The neon lights eventually make my eyes hurt. That's my only problem with it.
All right, so this is a weapon called Dart. It sticks in the thing and then it explodes. It's actually really hard to. I just unlocked it for this account.
Do you have to trigger the explosion?
No, it's supposed to pop after a bit. Like, basically, you stack up a bunch of darts, and then they pop. And all the darts pop at once.
I'm trying to think, there's, Oh, it's Lucifer in DMC4. That's what this reminds me of.
I hate those lasers because they just cut through shields so hard.
Yeah, well, constant damage is just gonna suck no matter what.
It's like the bane of my existence.
Yeah.
Chat, do you have favorite roguelikes? Roguelites, I don't actually care about the menial difference in the definition, but, like, you know, still. Alright, this time I want the sword. Give me... This is Thermal Lance.
See, this feels like it's one of the strongest weapons, but also really hard to use.
It is! It is, like, things will just fucking die because it's a fucking lightsaber. And it's amazing, and I love it.
Oh, it is, like, stupid strong.
It is. So when you start out, you start with weapon, then you pick your shield, and then you pick your body. And there's a bunch of different types to pick from, and as you unlock more stuff, eventually it turns into a 7 tile, I think. Like, you unlock more options, but you also unlock a bigger breadth to actually use them for.
Mm-hmm.
And for constructs specifically, there's 3. Architect, Carrier, and Engineer. This is the only construct body available here, so I guess this is one. Oh, right there. Warp Shield in action. Hades 2s are already in early access.
Yeah, I thought about putting in for a promo for that, or a promo code to play on stream, but then I was like, nah. I'd rather leave that space open for a streamer who's trying to like do this for more of a living than I am.
Not only
I'd rather use that time to play Hades 1 more. And by more I mean like at all.
You're not wrong, but also, like, early access is supposed to be the feedback stage still, right? As in, could differ very widely from the final product.
No, this was like get a free copy of the game to promote it.
Ah, okay. I would have 100% entered that.
I think it's still up. Didn't the wife share it in the Discord?
She might have, and I just completely forgot about it. Like, I would have.
I'm pretty sure. Hold on, let me scroll back. I'm pretty sure somebody shared it in the Discord when it went live.
Also, check it out. My girlfriends have the same weapon.
Oh my god, they do. That's amazing.
And every weapon upgrade I get will upgrade their weapons as well.
That's terrifying.
It's so good. Like, you can re-roll stuff to Oblivion to very consistently get the same build, but I'm really enjoying the experimentation phase of this.
I can only feel like I know I saw someone share the link to it because I had it open at one point. I guess it wasn't. Oh, maybe it was in the comfy cabin. 80s too. Yeah, I think it was here. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Because if it's still up, that'd be sweet. Just very active Discord. I'm looking for this in.
Yeah, it's no worries.
I gotta scroll back through all the Helldivers controversy too.
Oh my god.
I'm so proud Democracy won that.
Yeah. If only we could get it for things that like.
Yeah, if only we could apply it to the real world.
Yep. I didn't want to say it because it sounded too cynical, but it's true.
No, it's true. That's the thing. I'll be as cynical as I need to be if it's the truth.
All right, so thermal lamps time.
Oh my god, so many Morrowind memes.
So many Morrowind memes.
This is what happens when I want to play Elder Scrolls, is I encourage everyone else to do all sorts of Bethesda memes.
Ah, god damn it, those tiny purple triangles. They've all got mini lightsabers.
Oh, the enemies have the mini lightsabers too?
Yes. Like
Oh, gross.
these tiny little purples, they're like gnats. And they all have lightsabers. Now, I've had them just sneak in through like fucking 36 constructs and fucking snipe me. He's swearing a lot. They tend to elicit this. By the way, real quick, just want to thank you again for like just hanging out. It's been great.
Yeah. I wasn't doing anything else with this time other than what I already did. So this gave me somebody to hang out with. So I appreciate you inviting me.
Yeah, like anytime. Wave siphon. Ooh. Attention. Here. Where to start?
I already did that phone app that's sending me a reminder to do things.
What do you gotta remember? Did you forget to remember? Did you remember to forget?
No, I remembered. Well, it was nice that it reminded me to do it, but I'd already done the thing that it reminded me to do. I don't know why it was still reminding me to do it.
Question.
Oh.
Have you ever watched Northern Lions streams? Or even just like the cuts from his stream?
Yeah.
I've only somewhat recently started watching his stuff, and it's actually been incredibly validating and reassuring that I can just say whatever and still have a quality stream.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you don't have to. As long as you're not, spouting absolute BS, then you're good. People overthink it. That you got to always be on topic or something. It's like, no, it's more about just creating a comfy environment, and you can do that while swearing. You can do that while not swearing. It doesn't really matter. It's just a matter of being consistent.
For real. And that's just how
That's what
I've chilled out all.
Oh, good.
Just. No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
Well, that's why I've been trying to share, or it's why I really like Pirate Software. Thor, the guy who used to be a dev for Blizzard, his dad's totally not the guy who did the Murloc noise.
Yeah.
But it's why I really like sharing his content and the content he makes in general, is because I don't think it's always the answer, but a lot of the stuff that he says is just get out of your own head about stuff. Like you can't get caught up in the idea of I want to create something. Eventually, you just have to sort of sit your butt down and actually create something. And it doesn't matter if it's bad, because the first step to being good at something is being bad at something.
Yeah. So true, Umphy. So true.
And I know I have issues with that because of just being one of those kids who is very bright and intelligent. So I have a lot of issues with not doing something perfect the first time that I always have to fight with.
Why isn't this coming as naturally or easily as other stuff did?
Or why isn't this as easy for me as it used to be? It's not like I ever have to practice things to be good at them.
Yep. That's too real.
Yeah, it sucks.
God, it took me years to like break out of that.
And a lot of it is just life experience at the end of the day. I have been training a new person at work. They are 10 years younger than me. That is a terrifying thing to say out loud. And they were very good at their job, even though they were just learning it and they'd only been doing it for about a week. The thing is, they are a kid still. They might have been in their, like, early 20s, but they are still a kid still. They do not have a lot of life experience, and that is not a bad thing. It just means it's something that they can improve on.
Yeah.
And people are overly hard on themselves, and they get in their own head, and then they make things more difficult for themselves because they don't just relax.
Did you used to watch Channel Awesome when that was like a current thing?
God, forever ago, yes, but not recently.
I was thinking about it recently just because a YouTuber I follow, and Anthony something. I can't pronounce his last name, but he was doing a reaction to old Nostalgia Critic videos. He was doing that as a stream yesterday, and I was watching the VOD, and I was like, wow, okay, this is bad and cringe. I knew it was going to be like that, but still. And there's a lot of criticism to be labeled towards Doug Walker's Nostalgia Critic and everything else like that. So much so. But, and I say this with the same sad reservation that I say with everything, it's still the reason why I got so into media analysis. So if
Nothing wrong with that.
if nothing else, I will always remember it fondly for that.
Doesn't matter how bad something it was. If it was the thing that inspired you to do stuff, be proud of it. Within reason. But you get what I mean.
Within reason is the important part here.
Yeah, I mean, we made many mentions of that while watching all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridged.
Oh yeah, and how?
And to be fair, as much as I know why they were doing it, did kind of get repetitive when I was rewatching all of the DBZ abridged creator commentary, and they're just like, it was a different time, and I'm like, people know. If people are still watching you, they are aware. And I know you want to say this because you feel like you have to, but oh my god, shut up, guys.
Oh god. I mean, they're doing a commentary on their thing. They can't exactly just, like, not say it though.
I know. It's just it's like the box joke that I was telling you about last night, where I'm like, my brain is melting. It's been mentioned too many times.
Speaking of boxes, one such box that was hidden by the developer because it was never actually intended to be seen, but we can see it if we use the Dolphins emulation.
We can see it if we use the Dolphin emulator's free look tool. It was never intended to be seen, so that the wording on the box is upside down.
Yeah, you get it. Yeah, you get it.
I love how he snuck one extra in at the very end too.
when Quentin Reviews was doing his Nicktoons Unite playthrough, he had a bit where he went through as the box goes. It was ranking all the boxes. And aside from it just being a very good video on Nicktoons Unite, it's also a great meta commentary on the absurdity, the absolute absurdity of this
Just
escalating arms race of video essays.
I just loved when at the end he was like, and it's like, but audience, you might be going, but Quentin, you're thinking too heavily into this. And he's like, you figured it out. There's the joke. Are you proud of yourself?
God, it was such a... Oh, God. And I found a cool new Twitter artist to follow.
With Quentin or with somebody else from the video?
Someone that Quentin gave a shout out for. Apparently she...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, an artist that apparently does a lot of Nicktoons Unite art. And I'm like, you know what? I still enjoy this. This still sparks joy because I love crossover stuff. I love seeing things that just don't normally interact being on the thing together. And that is so important.
The Hades 2 thing's already ended because it's daily access itself now.
Ah, okay.
Much more of Miraboo Studios and their weird, crazy fate, weird video wars things.
Ow. I'm crunchy. No one's redeemed a shrimp so I'm crunchy.
I can redeem a shrimp.
Fun.
I have all the channel points.
You telling me it's shrimp fried this rise?
Thank you for the posture check, Fron.
Ice cold water.
I'm just hoarding missiles. I can drink water one-handed.
That was a tasty snack I threw at you.
Sure was. I've been nomming it the whole time. Also, that's the enemy health bar at the top, and look how fucking hard it just got fucking nuked.
Oh my god.
So, I have a missile weapon called Salvo. And if the longer you go without firing, the more it just continues to build missiles. Now, the rate at which it builds missiles slows down after a certain point, but it still continues to build.
God, I've been finding it hilarious with .hack. Volume 4 puts you very quickly up against this, like, this is a massive threat, glitch in the system, boss level enemy thing. And because I did, like, everything in Volume 3, I'm max level, I have, like, all the best equipment, almost. So I just instantly deleted this, like, oh no, it literally destroyed the city of hackers. And I'm just like, yeah, that's definitely not what the game intended me to do.
Yeah, but like it's so great. God. When I get back to playing Final Fantasy VII, I need to figure out if I'm actually willing to go through the Chocobo hell to try and get the Knights of the Round materia summons.
So, are you playing it on a version of the game that has save states?
Does the Switch version have save states?
Actually, that's a good question, because some of the modern Final Fantasy ports do. Well, I mean, I guess you don't even need save states. It just requires a lot of saving and loading, which on the Switch you should just be able to do a soft reset and do that pretty easily. It's not too bad as long as you follow a guide. I've done it before.
So, like, it's not the stupid, obscene grind that some people make it out to be.
No, it's mostly, the issue with it is mostly RNG, actually.
Ah.
So as long as you save before you do any actual chocobo breeding, you should be fine. Because you can always just reset before the breed to make sure that you get the thing you want.
Ah, like resetting for a shiny?
Yeah, exactly. Like the hardest thing about it is knowing what to do and when. And it is significantly easier than the alternative for getting a gold chocobo, which is beat Ruby Weapon, I think. I have grinded out, or I have gotten a golden chocobo. I have not beaten Ruby Weapon.
Ah. Is Ruby Weapon that terrifying? My only experience with Ruby Weapon is the homage quest that they put in FF14 for it.
It's more the fact that they weren't Ruby and Emerald Weapon weren't like the first super bosses that Square had ever made, but they're definitely some of the most iconic, and they are actually challenging. They're not just, oh, this is a little bit harder. They are like, you need to know what you're doing, you need to go in with a plan, and you need to have well-built and leveled characters, or you are just going to instantly die.
So proper secret boss stuff.
And the thing with both of them is they don't function the same way that most fights in the game do. Ruby Weapon basically locks you down into only having one character instead of a party of 3.
What?
Yeah, I think the only way to have 3 party members in the fight is to have 2 of your party members dead when you start it. And even then, if you revive, I believe it'll still eject party members from the fight. And then Emerald Weapon has a time limit on it unless you have a specific materia equipped, because you are underwater.
Ah, that makes sense.
And technically you're playing the English version, so you actually also have Diamond Weapon as part of actual story progression, and Diamond Weapon technically also has a gimmick to its fight where you have to hit it with like either a summon or a limit burst. Or limit break before you can damage it. Or something like that, I don't remember. I just remember that it's the only thing in the game that it's the enemy in the game that you get Yuffie's ultimate weapon from, which means that Yuffie's weapon was literally not acquirable in the original release of the game. It was not acquirable until the version that was released after the game was released in English, the international version.
That's a fun tidbit.
Yeah, I know lots of Final Fantasy lore. I also watch several of the Final Fantasy YouTube channels, so I get to reinforce that lore pretty regularly.
Aw. Honestly, that's good to hear, though.
I like Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
I like Square.
I
They're
promise-
really bad company a lot of the time, but I like Square.
I promised myself that I would finish 7 before I went on to play 8. 8 is the one I'm excited for because I like Squall.
I'm sorry.
I hope that ends up
I
being the
guess-
case.
I think my favorite thing about 8 is how quickly you can break it if you know how game mechanics work. There are actually a lot of things in 8. So this isn't really super spoilers. So there's a collectible in 8 that are like weapon magazines that are supposed to give you the crafting recipes for the ultimate weapons in the game. You do not need them to craft the ultimate weapons in the game if you know what the recipes are already.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah.
I love when games do that, though. Oh, that's so good.
Also, like I said, if you know how the mechanics work, you can break the game almost instantly, like before going to the big mission at the start of it. You can basically give all of your characters quadruple 9s for HP.
I feel like I feel like something like that. I would. That includes Squall's ultimate weapon, right?
Yeah.
Hold on, are they ultimate? Are they called relics in that game?
I don't think there's technically a term for them. I think they're just the strongest weapons.
Oh, okay. Then I will refer to them as relics, since that is the context that I have for it. But I feel like I would use that for Squall's relic, and then just enjoy a fun playthrough with an overpowered weapon. Or maybe not even overpowered, but just like, you know, the strongest in-game weapon.
Well, you still have to get the actual materials to craft the weapon.
Yeah.
That's the issue. So you I think you can craft the Squall's ultimate weapon before, like, Disc 2 or something like that. I forget exactly what it is, because I just do not care about 8 that much. But, like, 8's just an interesting game. So if you ever get stuck in 8, do not grind. It will make the game harder for you.
In what way?
Enemies scale with your level.
Ah!
So it's not necessarily about grinding out EXP. It's about making your characters better by using the junction system.
Honestly, let's see. That is encouraging, though. It's encouraging that I don't have to grind. I appreciate games that say, no, it's all good, fam.
Basically, the most important thing that I can say is focus on what abilities you can have your GFs learn, because a big core aspect of the game that is also part of how you break it is the GFs can get an ability that you can use to convert items into other items. And here's a hint on how to get max HP. There is an item that you can buy in the shop that you can then use to convert into a spell. A very good spell. A spell that you would not normally be able to get that early in the game, that you can then junction to your HP that will give you insane HP boost.
Ah. Oh my god, that reminds me. My friend, she turned me onto a video podcast. And it's basically like a book club, but it's for video games. And they have checkpoints for if you want to play the game with them.
That sounds cool.
It is, and they did one for Final Fantasy VIII, and that was one of the things I was really looking forward to, and I almost forgot about. I think they did one for Final Fantasy VIII and Final Fantasy X. So I'm gonna.
Oh, that's super cool.
I'm gonna post the link into the server just to like share it, and then hopefully I don't forget it.
10 is such a fun game when you're not trying to do everything and/or fight the super boss in it. Because 10 is like the complete opposite, where it's a game where you do need to grind, and it's highly skill dependent as well. And it's just, I don't like having to do high skill stuff in games. I play games to relax. I don't play games to stress myself out.
Word up.
Word up. Wah, wah, wah.
Hades was definitely in that category of games that stress me out just a little bit because so much of it is dexterity based.
So that one I don't mind so much, but I don't have dexterity issues. I mean, like, the big thing with 10 is the attack that you basically need to be doing to properly fight a lot of the endgame, the like extra bonus post game content, is Wakka's Limit Break, which is the slots. So you, despite the fact that there is a rhythm to it, you still have to get that rhythm down and have really, really high level dexterity to be able to respond correctly to it.
I don't like Blitzball. I hate Blitzball. Why is Blitzball?
I also hate Blitzball. And I don't, no matter how many times people tell me how to play Blitzball, I go, I don't like Blitzball. It's not fun, and it takes, it's skill and luck based, which is frustrating. Because I'd rather it just be one or the other.
Okay, I had to unload over 800 missiles to kill that thing.
Yeah, that boss seems annoying.
Yeah, she has weak points just like the giant sea, but
No, the weak points are behind it. The giant sea, they're at least like accessible. You just are. It's dangerous. That one is. It's gonna always try to be facing you, so you're not gonna be near its weak points.
Pretty much. Ah, no, fuck! I ran into the lightsaber, fuck.
Oh no.
That was such a good run, too.
Oh, that was a really good run.
Ah, there we go. I get more. Begin your journey with 35 upgrade points with the starting wave increased to 120. Ooh. So many things online. And a new high score. Yeah.
Oh hey, new missile super mod.
Yeah. I think I've got time left for like one more long run before I wrap things up. Before we send everyone off to your stream so they can hang out with Uncle Fran.
Well, that requires me to get stream started first.
Oh no. You haven't started stream yet.
No, I haven't started stream yet. I'm opening VTube Studio right now and getting stuff set up, but I haven't actually started the game yet. Oh, here's an interesting question if you feel like talking about this one on stream. Because you use the Twitch integrated throwing system as well, do you always have to reset your background whenever you open VTube Studio for that? Or are
no.
you able to...
I do not have to reset it, no.
How do you manage that?
So with Tits, you can actually set up a scene, kind of like what you do in OBS, and you can set that as your default scene. And it will remember all the settings whenever you pop in.
Well, so no, that's not the problem that I have. Like, so not with OBS, but specifically with VTube Studio. I have to go into my background and change it to Sprout and change it to and make sure it's on the right one for the Twitch integrated throwing system.
Say that question again.
So when I open up VTube Studio, it will not default to the the black background the way that it should be doing. Sometimes it does, but it often does not.
Huh.
I just don't know if like that's the intended thing or if I'm doing something weird, because sometimes it does open up perfectly fine. Like maybe it's I need to open in the throwing system first and then open VTube Studio rather than the other way around.
That shouldn't matter too much. It does smooth things out to open up VTube Studio first before you open Tits. But I guess I would have to see what your screen is and see your settings. I don't know.
No, it's not a huge deal. Oh, is that volume 4? I can't tell because OBS. Yes, okay, that is volume 4. Thank you, OBS, for being very, very pliable. But sometimes it is hard to read what I have entered on you.
That's the other thing I want to make sure that our Discord server is just doing regularly. I like having a group of friends that we can just talk about stream stuff with and share the stream text.
God, it's so helpful sometimes to just be able to ask, have actual people that you know to be able to ask rather than just being like, I want to Google the answer to this, or I have to go on Reddit. It's just like really, really nice to just be able to put it in Discord and know that you're gonna get a response and like be able to go away for an hour, come back, and you'll have a response.
It is. That's what I want. I want to build a. I've been shying away from this term, but I've been wanting to make a guild. I feel like I did say this on stream at some point. Yeah,
I think so. Maybe something like that.
yeah. I want to make a VTuber streaming guild to like basically just be that, to continue that, or maybe like just call what we have a pseudo guild, kind of like how some people have collab groups and all that.
Yeah.
But to just be like, no, this is our guild. We are a streaming guild. We help each other out.
I mean, we're all pretty similarly themed right now for everybody that's in there.
I
Not
mean,
that should be an expectation. It's more just convenient than anything else.
yeah. I mean, like, it's partly that way because that's just the fan space that I've been hanging out in, right? Like, I found Lila and Jess because I was hanging around so many other Toku tubers. Like, Toku tubers, Toku fandom, that sort of thing.
And I just like everything, for the most part. I'm just also critical of everything.
Things are very good, though.
It drives Kisa up the wall. She hears me talk on stream sometimes. She's like, why aren't you this positive when we're talking? And I'm like, I am! I am this positive! I just like critiquing things!
That's, my husband had a very, let me just put it this way. He was hesitant to recommend SMT5 to me because he didn't want me just shitting on one of his favorite games of the year. Because I had done that thing, and yeah, that was what made me realize. Wait, hold on. I might be taking my criticisms a little too far with some of this media.
Well,
That was my come to Jesus moment.
he wasn't winning that one regardless. The internet kind of tore SMT5 apart.
Yeah, I started seeing some of the reviews for SMT5, and on the one hand, some of it felt like the expectation thing that we were talking about earlier, where people wanted a very specific thing, and they just, when they didn't get it, they felt miserable.
See, I'll give people a pass on that one because the very specific thing that they wanted was a similar experience to the 6+ previous games. And while SMT5 is a very good game, it might not be the best Shin Megami Tensei game ever.
Yeah, so I was perfectly, I was looking up those reviews after my husband had brought that up, so I was trying my best to make sure that I was giving it a fair shake. Oh god. I kind of lost one. Oh well.
The thing with it is SMT proper, a heavy emphasis for SMT proper has always been put on the decisions that you as a player make determining your ending. The biggest issue that the biggest legitimate issue that I actually see with SMT5 is that your endings do not feel satisfying for the gameplay style that you were trying to go for, either law, chaos, or neutral.
Yeah, that was one of the things I definitely heard about. Apparently apparently like the true ending is I thought there was like DLC or something for that.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say that the true ending is subjective at this point because they're releasing a whole new version of the game.
Yeah.
With granted, it's not like what they've done with Persona 3, 4, and 5, where it's, hey, would you like to play the exact same story but additional content? This is, hey, do you want to play through an entirely new storyline or the old storyline? So I actually kind of like the way they did this one better because it justifies its purchase a little bit more. But it is still a, hello, this has justified my, I did not buy this game on release for a reason because Atlus has now done this 4 times in a row. Almost.
I've popped in on Lila and Jess's streams of the P3 Reload, and I'm surprised at how much of SMT's DNA is still in the game.
Oh yeah, well, 3 is 1, 2, and 2 are very different from 3, 4, and 5.
And 4 and 5 are very different from 3. It doesn't have as much as you. It like your choices matter, but your choices more matter in how long would you like the game to go than anything else with Persona games. Like the SMT games before 5, it's like the entire latter, like let's say third of the game, in some of the games would be completely different depending on your choices and whether you ended up with law or chaos. And then early SMT games, you would literally have entire segments of the game that would be different, either longer or shorter, depending on if you sided with law or chaos. Like, there are multiple dungeons and bosses that you would just skip if you were associated with one side or the other, or there are entire sections of the game that you would be forced to do rather than given the option to do if you were one side or the other.
That sounds mildly better than Shadow the Hedgehog.
I mean, Shadow the Hedgehog's a fine idea, it's just some of the missions are butt. For any aspiring game designers that might be in the chat, if you ever make a game where you have a target number of enemies to kill and you put in the exact number of enemies in a labyrinthine stage, I will find where you live. And I will have a stern talking to you about how dumb of an idea that is. Always put extra of the collectible if you're asking for a certain amount. Or at the very least, if you're going to hide them. Be polite to your players, please. I am going to dip out and I'm going to start my stream. It has been fun chatting with you. Do not feel like you have to raid me, okay?
Thank you so much for hanging out with me, Fran. You have a good stream. I'm going to be finish up my run here, and then... yeah, we'll see what happens.
I will talk to you later, friend.
Later,
it has been a lot of fun.
Later, friendo.
Later, chat. Bye-bye.
I'm so alone, chat. My friend is gone. All I've got is just me, my girlfriend, and my pile of money. Probably like all right, chat, we got the big C. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with I hope you enjoyed Fran hanging out. He's a very, very good conversation piece, and maybe I couldn't yap as good as what I wanted, but still. My phone is Nico knee at me. Ron's a good guy. Can't believe you got me Backpack Hero. I've got to like figure out I gotta do more. I gotta do stuff and things. I'm gonna have to. Just gonna have to play Backpack Hero at some point. Yeah. Okay, maybe I'll go with this. Today was kind of a disjointed yapping, but the important thing is that the stream still happened. When my OBS crashed, I was actually kind of worried that we weren't going to be able to actually like do the stream, but it all ended up good. And a bunch of friends came by. That is so good. A lot of friends came by, more so than I ever would have thought, if I'm being honest. Instead of protecting you, your shield protects standard. So that would go on our girlfriend. We need to get like Jess and Lila into this. I'd bring Courier on, but that might just be a little too much degeneracy. Yeah, that might be a little too much degeneracy for one stream. There's a skosh. Oh, it'd be oh. Bet we could do with proxy. Proxy is really. Proxy's a good capper. Who else would be good to chat with? I've got like a few other friends. Oh my god. Sierra was talking about how like she finally got to like she finally managed to not miss a stream. Like why don't I just like hit Sierra up for some yapping? I love doing the interview stuff. That's part and parcel with the podcasting skills. There's an RT yapping. I feel like I had great conversations with Franz today, but just me and my weed smoking. I need to get like better. Well, what better material can there be than cotton? Ah! Fuck. Oh, they've all got fucking lasers. That's a new one. Oh, there's the notification that Fran is live. Yay, Fran. Playing dot hack. It's good stuff. Oh my god, we're almost done with JoJo. I can't believe I almost forgot that we're almost done with JoJo. That's so good. Daka, 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 daka. Daka, 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 daka. I feel like I'm all yapped out. That was some good yapping. Like, damn. We had conversations on Nostalgia Critic and Common Writer and all that. Just, I miss my co-buddy. He's right though. We're gonna have the opportunity for a lot more collab going forward. Collabs are some of the things that I'm just the most excited about. For real. Juggernaut. I would like. I should pick up. On we go. It's time for stream to end. Time for stream to end, Oomfies. But the run, she keeps going. The run, she keeps going. Ah, shit. You can warp. Have the power. Have the technology. You got the beats. That's where you got the beat. He's just dying so. Not used. Oh. Finally. I just want the run to end. I want the run to end. Please release me from my prison. I have a wife and a child. I mean, maybe not a child, but like I definitely have a wife and a husband. Alright, there's Seraph. Seraph will free us. Seraph is liberty. Seraph understands. Seraph will free us. Seraph. Seraph, please. On. Yes. Oh, come on. Go. Airfoil's not strong enough. What to say? I want to break free. I want to break free. Why did I take that last stand mod? I'm dying. The end stream. Watch, this is gonna end up being like some sort of crazy high score, I guess. Yes. I'm gonna have to like start being really aggressive with the shield if I want to end the run. Little did I know. Little did I know. Oh hey, that was cool. That was also unexpected. Oh, there's the last stand. We're already on the last stand. End! End! Please! Save me, Space Dragon. There we go, it's over. Alright. Alright. Who we raiding? Who we raiding? It's over. Currently, as far as streamers go, we have... Oh, hey, Feasky! Feast Guy! Yeah, Feast Guy is doing it. Let's go ahead and, I mean, like, hold on. Do they even have raids enabled? They might not. Might not. Let's hope they do. Aid? Aid? Okay, they do. They... Alright, she does. She does. She does. Not entirely sure what she's doing, but she's good people. So go on, have fun with her, and then we'll see you back on Friday for the first ever episode of my first ever Nuzlocke run. We'll see you next time. Same hero channel, same hero time.
Get Smirnoff. Ah. I just like Smirnoff Ice. I mean, it's just I like the red, white, and berry. Wait. Best flavor, True Mondays. Yo! Welcome in, Raiders. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, 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 Raiders. Welcome, Raiders.